World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4481, Shenhalaran. Chen Shang was a little annoyed, because Shang Zonxing was facing the possibility of destruction at any time, and the disgusting Bai Lian suddenly appeared in front of him. Bitch, Sister Zillion didn't even look for you. Okay, let me kill you. Chen Shang took out the Baihu Jingyu fan that had been performing the sacrifice before. Master Shen, do you really think you and Zillion can kill me? Yan Balian Lu raised her eyebrows slightly, and saw that her eyes, which were originally full of charm, suddenly resembled two white stars, flashing a weird white light with strong penetrating power. At that moment, Chen Shang seemed to have his soul pierced by this white light. Fortunately, his soul was very powerful, and he also cultivated a double soul C, which he easily resisted just now. Yuan Balian then attacked Chen Shang. She had a weird-shaped long sword in her hand, with a row of black barbs on the blade, and she knew it was poisoned. She flew to Chen Shang at an extremely fast speed. In her opinion, she had gained the ability to fly now, and at such a fast speed, she had swayed Chen Shang with that kind of soul attack just now, then she would surely be able to do it. However, Yuan Balian really underestimated Chen Shang. First of all, she was fighting Chen Shang on the 6 Dao mirror, and she knew nothing about the power of the 6 Dao mirror. Then, she didn't even know Chen Zhang's current cultivation base, always thinking that Chen Shang was someone who needed to hide behind Zillion. She originally thought that her sword could directly pierce Chen Zhang's heart, destroying Chen Zhang's cultivation base, but when she was 3 feet away from Chen Shang, she felt a strange feeling. She immediately realized that her time seemed to be manipulated. Yes, the 6 magic mirrors operate the law of time, opening up a realm of time. Yuan Balian is now as busy as a tortoise in Chen Zhang's eyes. Chen Shang just unfolded the folding fan in his hand and swept over to Yan Balian, and suddenly the wind screamed, the strong white mist danced with the wind, and instantly turned into a white tiger's head. This white tiger beast image made of soul power is lifelike, with scarlet eyes, flashing light of killing and cutting, and the roar of tigers resounds like thunder. When Yan Balian saw this, she was horrified, and her inner fear was extreme. She only felt that she was vulnerable, like an ant in front of a giant beast. Chen Shang controls the power of time, and has such a powerful cultivation base, which has brought a great impact to Yan Balian. Anyway, Bai Lian is also a person who has practiced for many years. People like her have a little bit of life-saving means. For example, now that she judged that her strength was far lower than Chen Shang, she gave up resistance very decisively, and then tried her best to save her life and escape. Yang Balian was enveloped by the gust of soul power, and the soul seemed to be ravaged by all sorts, and it was very painful. And the clothes on her body have already been shattered. You really hit the rock with a pebble. Chen Shang suddenly flashed, appeared behind Yan Balian, waved the white tiger's frightening fan, swept out dozens of times in a row, entrained with bursts of thunder and fire transformed into the power of the sky, accompanied by the impact of the soul power on the soul. Yuan Balian's body, which looks perfect, was originally full of extremely fascinating temptation, which can confuse people's minds and magnify the desires in people's hearts many times. However, she is facing Chen Shang now. Even if Chen Zhang's soul isn't strong, he won't take this set anymore. After all, in his heart, Yu Balian is very mediocre in terms of beauty and temperament. In short, in all aspects, he is far inferior to Lu Meng'er and the group of beauties who have known him for many years. Under Chen Zhang's fierce attack, Yu Balian was already bruised all over her body. She really couldn't understand why Chen Shang was not interested in her body. You know, she has seduced men everywhere for many years, but she has never failed. The Mad Emperor Shouty, the princes of many heavenly nightmare human races, and the powerhouses of the 6 fate and soul races were all fascinated by her. Chen Shang, I won't let you go. I know, it must be the sorcery used by Zillion. So you never look down on other women. Wait for me, I must destroy Zillion. Yuan Balian's voice was full of resentment, and she saw her body suddenly swell. Just your beauty, it's not worthy to give Sister Zillion shoes. When Chen Shang saw Yan Balian's body swell, he knew that she was going to blow herself up, and then her soul was about to run away. Boom, Yu Balian's body really burst open. Chen Shang also concentrated, trying to intercept her soul, but he did not expect that he lost his goal in such a moment. Yu Balian's soul suddenly became invisible. Chen Shang immediately strengthened his spiritual consciousness, and when he sensed it, the soul of Yan Balian had already flown out of the 6 magic mirrors. If it weren't for suppressing this supreme altar, Chen Shang would have chased it, but he couldn't chase it now. Suppressing the Supreme Altar is an urgent matter, otherwise this altar will destroy Saint Profound Star. In the eyes of Tianyuan, a person from the universe of God, Saint Profound Star is destined to be destroyed. Brother, Bai Lian is amazing. Little Jing said, I am a little worried that she will harm Sister Zilian. It's okay, when she meets Sister Zillian, she will find Sister Zillian is even scarier than me. Chen Shang looked up at the sky. He wanted to know where Zillian was doing. But right now, he can only continue to pass through the 6 divine mirrors to suppress the Supreme Altar. The energy that suddenly emerged inside the Supreme Altar came from the Cosmic Divine Sea, and Chen Shang wanted to absorb as much of this energy as possible to slow down the operation of the Supreme Altar. The Golden Wolf King and Emperor Shao also fought very fiercely. Chen Shang also knew now that the Golden Wolf King did indeed hide his strength, because he and Emperor Shao were now on a par with each other, and he could even fight against Emperor Shao. The Supreme Altar below suddenly swirled, and the entire altar turned white. Afterwards, there was a feeling of pure energy that gradually overflowed from the Supreme Altar. Master Shen, don't absorb this energy. The Golden Wolf King suddenly spoke to Chen Shang. Chen Shang had been absorbing the energy from the Cosmic Divine Sea before, the pure and crazy energy, but he had refined it. And now the energy overflowing from the Supreme Altar seems to be purer than before, and Chen Shang didn't notice anything wrong. However, Chen Shang stopped immediately. In fact, Sister Xiaojing stopped just now. She felt something was wrong, but she couldn't tell what was going on. At this moment, the overflowing white pure energy suddenly gathered at one point and turned into a group. Sister Jing, attack that thing. Although Chen Shang didn't know what was going on with that air mass, he felt it was dangerous, so he let the 6 magic mirrors attack. After the 6 magic mirrors hit the air mass with a powerful energy, they were absorbed by the swirling air mass. At this time, Chen Shang could see a figure inside the air mass through his heart and eyes. A person from the universe Shanghai. Chen Shang was secretly surprised. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4482, Give it a go. Chen Shang took a closer look and found that it was not a human being, just a figure. It should be a wave of energy condensing into a human form. Emperor Shao, who was fighting fiercely with the Golden Wolf King, also suddenly rushed to the white light group at this time. Sister Jing, is there no way to attack that light group? Chen Shang only felt that it was very bad, because Emperor Shao would obviously gain a strong power in the past, or it would cause some sudden changes. There's really no way. That thing absorbs energy too much, unless it can produce energy far surpassing that group of things, otherwise it can't be done. Little Mirror Sister can do nothing now, said, Brother, we have to be careful now, that thing is terrible. The Golden Wolf King was going to chase him, but the white light group suddenly burst out with a burst of strong light, which shook the Golden Wolf King away. Originally, the Golden Wolf King was also very strong, but at this moment, facing the white light group, he also seemed very weak. This power from the Cosmic Divine Sea is far beyond the imagination of Chen Shang and Golden Wolf King. Emperor Shao had already rushed into the white light group, and was in contact with the same thing as the figure, and then the white light group suddenly exploded. A fierce and violent energy also burst out suddenly. Lord Wolf King, go! Chen Shang suddenly shouted. Brother Shen, you go! The Golden Wolf King also realized that Emperor Shao would become even more terrifying, and he had to ensure the safety of Chen Shang. Ha ha ha, you all can't run, you all have to die. Want to stop me? You are really whimsical. Shouty suddenly burst out with a wild laugh, and continued to laugh. If it weren't for you, I might really have become a pawn. But now, on the other side of the Cosmic Divine Sea, I have to give me strength. The Universe Divine Sea had only used Emperor Shao to open the Supreme Altar. But now because of the appearance of Chen Shang and the Golden Wolf King, the Supreme Altar cannot be fully opened, and the process is interrupted. The Universe Shanghai also seemed to be anxious, so he had to devolve a powerful force to let Emperor Shao absorb and become stronger. Brother Golden Wolf, I have another way, but you need to hold on to Emperor Shao with all your strength. Chen Shang looked at the Supreme Altar. The current Supreme Altar is not as strong as before, because most of the energy condensed inside the altar has been transferred to Emperor Shao. The Supreme Altar now has to be reopened to re-establish contact with the Universe Shanghai. If it was before that the Supreme Altar had been operating to a certain extent, it was indeed difficult for Chen Shang to shake it, but now that the Supreme Altar was reopened and the internal energy was not much, then he could try to shake the Supreme Altar. Yes, but I can't delay him for too long. I can only do my best, and I will hold him for a while. The Golden Wolf King now also believes in Chen Shang very much, and said, Brother Chen, can you hold the Saint Profound Star? It's up to you now. Chen Shang and Golden Wolf King must guard the Saint Profound Star. Because the universe Shanghai is going to completely swallow the entire Saint Profound Star, and even use the entire Saint Profound Star as a sacrifice for sacrifice. I'm going. The Golden Wolf King roared, and then his body swelled up, transforming into a dragon wolf form in a blink of an eye. Chen Shang could see now that the main body of the Golden Wolf King should be a wolf, but he merges a variety of beasts, so he can have the form of a variety of beasts, and even the power of the beasts can be combined. After Emperor Shao absorbed the power of the cosmic divine sea, there was no change in his body. What is so powerful about him is that no matter how strong the power hits him, it will be absorbed by him. So Golden Wolf King can only fight in close hands. Chen Shang acted immediately, and he used the 6 magic mirrors again to release a picture of the proud world. He sat on the 6-way magic mirror, closed his eyes, and went to contact Shen Yuanxin. Xiao Yuanxin, I need your help now. Chen Shang said. Daddy knows that you must hide to be safe, but now Saint Profound Star is about to be destroyed, we need to join forces. Daddy, I also know that Saint Profound Star is dangerous. If the Saint Profound Star is destroyed, I will fall into their hands too. Shen Yuanxin immediately replied, but I don't know what to do. Daddy, you can save Saint Profound Star, right? I can't, but we can work together. Chen Shang said. I need you to release the most powerful energy. Of course, this may expose your existence, but now it can only be so. Okay, start right away. After Shen Yuanxin finished speaking, the whole Saint Profound Star trembled suddenly. At this moment, violent earthquakes broke out everywhere in Saint Profound Star, and there were tsunamis everywhere on the sea, and the entire Saint Profound Star seemed to explode. Emperor Shao also realized that something was wrong. He wanted to rush towards Chen Shang, but was stopped by the Golden Wolf King desperately. The current strength of the Golden Wolf King is not as good as that of Emperor Shao, but the gap is not particularly large, so the Golden Wolf King desperately prevents Emperor Shao, and it can delay a little time, but the Golden Wolf King has been beaten all over. Saint Profound Star suddenly burst out a vast amount of energy, all poured into the 6 divine mirrors. The Aoshi mountain and river map is now infinitely large, covering almost half of the Saint Profound Star. The creatures in the Saint Profound Star can see the magnificent Aoshi mountain and river map suspended in the sky. The Aoshi Mountains and Rivers map covers more than half of the Saint Profound Star, which can absorb more energy released by the Saint Profound Stars, and in the process of absorbing energy, the Aoshi Mountains and Rivers map is more majestic, and the visual impact displayed by it is impressive. I feel very shocked. The space Yuanju inside the 6 gods mirror is also absorbing this energy. Chen Shang is now going to use the power of space to move the entire Supreme Altar beyond the Saint Profound Star, and keep the Supreme Altar away from the Saint Profound Star. Emperor Shao didn't know what Chen Shang was going to do, but he could see that Chen Shang was mobilizing most of the energy of Saint Profound Star. Moreover, the momentum displayed by the Aoshi Shan too is also very scary. The Emperor Shao and the King of Golden Wolf didn't know what Chen Shang was doing, they only knew that the abilities that Chen Shang showed now were terrifying. The Golden Wolf King sees hope even more. You know, after Emperor Shao suddenly became stronger just now, King Golden Wolf went up to fight Emperor Shao and felt very desperate, thinking that Saint Profound Star was really going to end. And now seeing the pictures of the proud world mountains and rivers released by the 6 magic mirrors, the Golden Wolf King immediately became full of confidence in Chen Shang. So no matter what, he must block Emperor Shao and let Chen Shang complete his plan. The Supreme Altar is still running, and it is also releasing that very strange, pure and crazy energy. Originally, this kind of energy could not be absorbed, but Chen Shang had no choice now. In order to protect Saint Profound Star, he had to fight it out. This weird and pure energy is madly pouring into Chen Zhang's body, and it has gradually caused a negative impact on him. However, Chen Shang can only continue to operate the 6 divine mirrors together with Sister Xiaojing. He needs to gather enough power to move the entire Supreme Altar outside of the Saint Profound Star. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4483, 6 Chaos. Emperor Shao also quickly realized that it was not good, he really did not expect that Chen Shang could control such a terrifying space power. The space fluctuations released by the 6 divine mirrors at this time seemed to tear the space apart, the shock waves of the space were very strong, and the entire space where the Saint Profound Star was located was fluctuating. This spatial turbulence actually caused the Saint Profound Star to be greatly impacted. The entire star body reacted strongly in the violent spatial fluctuations, and the creatures on the stars felt extremely uncomfortable at this moment. Emperor Shao suddenly roared, blasted the Golden Wolf King away with extremely strong force, and then rushed towards Chen Shang. He knew very well that if Chen Shang was not stopped, the Supreme Altar would be dangerous. The Golden Wolf King is very difficult. Even if he is seriously injured now, he still uses his powerful body to stand in front of him. Emperor Shao was going to rush over, but the Golden Wolf King instantly turned into a dragon, rushing past like lightning, and then tightly entangled Emperor Shao. Emperor Shao roared furiously, bashing the Golden Wolf King's body frantically, peeling off pieces of dragon scales, and seeing the Golden Wolf King's body scarred in an instant. In addition to attacking the Golden Wolf King's body, Emperor Shao is also constantly attacking the Golden Wolf King's soul. The Golden Wolf King suffered unprecedented pain at this moment, but he must endure the pain and delay Emperor Shao. Especially now, the King of Golden Wolf sees hope. Because of Chen Zhang's 6 divine mirrors, the spatial fluctuations released at this moment are very strong. Everyone can see that Chen Shang wants to move the Supreme Altar away through space. Once the Supreme Altar is thrown out of the Saint Profound Star and far away from the Saint Profound Star, then they will be able to buy a lot of time. Because Emperor Shao and the others had to get the Supreme Altar back, it took a lot of time, and they were able to rely on Saint Profound Star to develop within this time. Even if they can't grow so fast by then, they still have enough time to evacuate the Saint Profound Star. Chen Shang is also anxious now, because the 6 magic mirrors have not yet been completed. The Supreme Altar is too huge, and the space inside and outside Saint Profound Star is very different. In addition, Chen Shang wants to send the Supreme Altar to a farther place, and he has to gather enough energy to open the space channel. Once the space channel is opened, moving the Supreme Altar over it will be very fast. The Ao Shishan too has now completely enveloped the entire Saint Profound Star, and is now frantically absorbing the energy bursting out of the entire Saint Profound Star. The 6 magic mirrors not only need the energy to open the space channel, but also need to stabilize the space channel. It is one thing to open a channel, but once something oversized material enters the space channel, it needs enough energy to stabilize the space channel. Otherwise, the direct collapse of the space channel will cause serious consequences, especially the removal of the Supreme Altar now. Asshole, stop it, Yang Balian, where have you died? Emperor Shao roared wildly at the huge 6-dimensional mirror. At this moment, the 6 sacred mirrors covered the entire Supreme Altar, which looked even more terrifying than the Supreme Altar. The 6 divine mirrors were suspended in the air, facing the Supreme Altar below, bursting out a burst of spatial energy. When Chen Shang saw the tragic situation of the Golden Wolf King, he was also very angry, and at the same time he admired the Golden Wolf King even more. At this moment, the Golden Wolf King did not back down. He was even ready to sacrifice at any time, in order to protect those people who trusted him. Chen Shang can appreciate the feelings of the Golden Wolf King, because he himself has someone to guard. The Golden Wolf King entangled Emperor Shao and was beaten madly. The thick-skinned man was very resistant to beatings. The most frightening thing was that he had 100 forms. The Golden Wolf King was called 100 beasts. After one beast form was beaten all over his body, he changed into another beast form, which turned out to be intact. In other words, in order to completely defeat the Golden Wolf King, first of all he had to severely inflict all his forms. The Golden Wolf King technique also surprised Chen Shang. The current Emperor Shao is really alone, because he always looked down on those princes. In his eyes, Balian is a bit useful. However, Yuan Balian was quickly defeated by Chen Shang before, and Emperor Shao didn't even notice the battle between Chen Shang and Yuan Balian. Emperor Shao also felt very strange now. Why did Yuan Balian suddenly disappear? Yuan Balian's strength is not weak, and there are many charms and artifacts on his body that he has obtained from the 6 life soul races. But she was facing Chen Shang, and she still underestimated Chen Shang, so she was quickly defeated by Chen Shang, and Shouty didn't realize that Yuan Balian was killed. In the dark and deep sky beyond Saint Profound Star, Tian Yuan took the heavenly nightmare Sword King and flew against the strange waves in the universe. What's going on with Saint Profound Star? Logically speaking, it should be almost finished now. Tian Yuan looked back at Saint Profound Star. At this moment, the Saint Profound Star, in the eyes of Tian Yuan and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, was only as big as a fist, which meant that they were far away from the Saint Profound Star. Is it because of that, Lord Shen? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King smiled and said, Master, you underestimated the human beings of Aoshi universe. That kid is not an ordinary person, but he is the son of the famous Evil Chaos. Son of Evil Chaos? Who said this? After Tianyuan heard it, he shouted, Are you sure that kid is the son of Evil Chaos? Master, is there really a son of evil and chaos? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was a little dazed, and said, I thought this was deliberately fabricated by the 6th clan of Life and Soul in order to discredit young Master Shen. Hurry up and tell me about the son of the Evil Chaos. Tian Yuan said. In the Universe Divine Sea, the statement about the son of the Evil Chaos is also very mysterious. Anyway, there is such a thing. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King also began to talk about why Chen Shang was regarded as the son of Evil Chaos. After Tianyuan heard it, he fell into deep thought. Where did the 6 fate of souls come from? The son of evil primordial chaos is just a legend in the cosmos Shanghai, and not many people have heard of this legend. Master, what is the legend of the son of evil chaos in the Universe Divine Sea? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King frowned and asked, could it be that the son of evil chaos is really evil? So there is no way about him. The sons of evil primordial chaos are not evil. Tian Yuan shook his head and said, in the cosmic divine sea, there are 6 chaos powers, and the evil chaos powers are the strongest. The 6 chaotic powers have no righteousness and evil. The power of good and evil is not the power itself, but the people who use these powers. So, why did the 6 fate souls consider Chen Shang to be the son of the evil chaos? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King looked at the fading Saint Profound Star and exclaimed, Master Shen is really unpredictable. Quote, I don't know, I'm trying to get in touch with the Universe Shanghai and ask them about this matter. In short, if he is the son of evil chaos, then the complexity of this proud universe is far beyond my imagination. Tian Yuan he shook his head and said, let's go, let's find the Heavenly Mother Shengwang first, and then speak. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4484, Desperately Golden Wolf. Chen Shang is also very nervous now. It is much more difficult than he thought to move the Supreme Altar, and it requires a lot of energy. The Golden Wolf King is still in a fierce battle with Emperor Shao, and Chen Shang doesn't know how long the Golden Wolf King will be able to support him, especially as Emperor Shao also enters a desperate state. The Golden Wolf King is getting more and more difficult. At the very beginning, the Golden Wolf King seemed to be able to beat Emperor Shao on a par, and even crush Emperor Shao. But now, the Golden Wolf King is not at all an opponent of Emperor Shao, and can only achieve the purpose of delaying time by constantly consuming other beast forms. Golden Wolf King also hopes that Chen Shang can hurry up, because he knows his situation very well. If he continues to hold on, once his other forms are exhausted, then he must prepare for the worst. Up to now, the Golden Wolf King also has a mortal heart. What he cares about is whether he can die worthy. If he desperately to the end, Chen Shang can successfully remove the Supreme Altar, then this is worthy of death. If he dies, and Chen Shang is not finished, but is killed by Emperor Shao, he will die very worthless, which is equivalent to giving nothing. Trust me, I will be able to do it. Chen Shang looked at the Golden Wolf King, and whispered to him secretly, Brother Golden Wolf, how long can you support it? You must survive. Brother Shen, I am running out of time. I don't expect to survive, I just hope. Saint Profound Star can be saved temporarily. The voice transmission of the Golden Wolf King replied to Chen Shang, his voice from his soul also seemed very tired. Now he does not dare to think too much. He has only one goal, which is to keep Saint Profound Star. As for how to settle the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs after the Saint Profound Star was preserved, the Golden Wolf King did not think about it at all, because he knew that it would be difficult to keep the Saint Profound Star, and the rest would have to be resigned. Chen Shang could feel that the Golden Wolf King was full of despair in his life, which made him want to let the Golden Wolf King survive. It seems that I am still too weak. Is there no limit to strength? Chen Shang suddenly felt very tired now. He is now many times stronger than before, and he can easily sling powerhouses like Bai Lian and Mad Emperor. However, facing this situation now, he feels so powerless. Emperor Shao's mood is also not easy. He is so powerful now, and he also draws on the power of the cosmic divine sea. Especially the Supreme Altar, but it has absorbed the energy of the universe ******* for a long time. If it is blocked by others in the end, then he will definitely be punished by the universe **********. Emperor Shao was also anxiously red now. He kept rushing towards Chen Shang, and he was still blasting the energy past, but he was always blocked by the Golden Wolf King again and again. Although the Golden Wolf King could not beat Emperor Shao, he was very resistant to beatings, and was extremely tenacious, able to endure all kinds of pain. Emperor Shao was on the Golden Wolf King, but he used a variety of attacks to destroy the soul and the body, which were very painful, but the Golden Wolf King endured it. Even Emperor Shao secretly admired the perseverance of the Golden Wolf King. And he was also quite jealous, because Emperor Shao knew very well that his current strength was so strong that he was completely dependent on the divine sea of the universe. If he does not have the power of the universe divine sea, then he is not the opponent of the Golden Wolf King at all. In other words, Golden Wolf King has great potential. If the Golden Wolf King is not destroyed or abolished now, once the Golden Wolf King grows up in the future, it will definitely be a very scary existence. Shen Shang also saw this, so he didn't want the Golden Wolf King to sacrifice here. The Golden Wolf King just keeps transmitting voices to Chen Shang, so that Chen Shang can focus on his own affairs. Don't be distracted to come and help, because Chen Shang is now the only hope to save Saint Profound Star. Space fluctuations are getting stronger and stronger, and Emperor Shao is getting more and more anxious. However, every time he launches a fierce attack on Chen Shang, he will be blocked by the Golden Wolf King. Outside the Saint Profound Star, Tian Yuan and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, who are already a certain distance away from the Saint Profound Star, can now feel a wave of space shocks coming from the Saint Profound Star. Master, what happened to Saint Profound Star? The Heavenly Knight Sword King was very curious. I don't know. In short, Saint Profound Star will be finished. Tian Yuan said, it seems that your friend has some strength, and it can delay the destruction of Saint Profound Star. After finishing speaking, he looked back at the Saint Profound Star. At this time, the Saint Profound Star was already a spot of light in his eyes, and they were already very far away from the Saint Profound Star. And at this moment, suddenly a very violent spatial fluctuation surged, covering a large area of the sanctuary. Tian Yuan and Tian House Sword King can feel very clearly. What's the matter? The Heavenly Knight Sword King hurriedly exclaimed. Master, is there something coming through the space? It's the altar over there. Tian Yuan pointed in a direction quickly, and suddenly there was a burst of bright light over there. This seems to be the breath of the Supreme Altar. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King uttered a strange cry and shouted, could it be that the Supreme Altar was taken out? The Saint Profound Star is not finished. How is this possible? The space in the sanctuary is very solid now. How can something as big as the Supreme Altar be moved? Tian Yuan also felt unbelievable about this. Saint Profound Star was not destroyed. This slapped him in the face. Master, do we want to go over and take a look? The Heavenly Knight Sword King whispered. Let's go over and make sure. Don't go there. It is indeed the Supreme Altar, but I don't know why it suddenly appeared over there. Tian Yuan hurriedly speeded up, taking the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King away from the Supreme Altar. Here of Saint Profound Star, the 6 divine mirrors are gradually getting smaller. The Saint Profound Star, who was still in various chaos just now, has gradually calmed down. The Golden Wolf King is suspended in the air. He is now in the form of a man and horse, with a pair of wings, flying in the air. Emperor Shao was also suspended in the air, holding a strong upper body full of explosive power, with red anger in his eyes, staring at the Golden Wolf King. The Supreme Altar was sent away. Emperor Shao Cold Nati stopped Chen Shang, and he was shocked by Chen Xiang's power now. Shen Shang can actually send the Supreme Altar away from the Saint Profound Star. This requires mastering the power of extremely strong laws of space. Who is this Chen Shang? Chen Shang sat on the 6 gods mirror, slowly drifting to the side of the Golden Wolf King. The Golden Wolf King does not need to die. The threat of the Supreme Altar is also eliminated, and Chen Shang has a smile on his face. Emperor Shao knew very well that if he faced Chen Shang and Golden Wolf King, he was not sure of winning, so he didn't want to fight. Who are you on Earth? Xiaodi asked coldly while looking at Chen Shang. Didn't the six fate of souls tell you? I, Chen Shang, is the son of the evil chaos. Chen Shang laughed, and he was in the mood to joke now. Son of evil chaos, I will remember you. You only temporarily blocked our plan. But it is of no use. You will soon see our true power. Although it is Emperor Xiao who is talking now, it feels like other people are talking. You wait. Xiaodi was about to leave after speaking. Sorry, I am a quick-witted person. I don't want to wait for you next time, I will kill you now. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he immediately stood up and rushed over with the 6 magic mirrors. Do you like this sight? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4485, Mantra of Law. Chen Xiang's sudden attack surprised even the Golden Wolf King. He thought it should end here, because he had fought Emperor Xiao before and knew that Emperor Xiao was very prosperous in all aspects. Brother Shen, be careful. The Golden Wolf King quickly reminded him, and then followed him. Brother Golden Wolf, take a break first. After Chen Shang passed, he immediately transmitted to the Golden Wolf King and said, I will test this guy first. When the Golden Wolf King was fighting with Emperor Xiao before, Chen Shang had also been paying attention. He could see that Emperor Xiao still had a lot of power in his body. The energy that came from the cosmic divine sea before condensed into a human form, and finally entered the body of Emperor Xiao, it looked like it was possessed by Emperor Xiao. So at this time, Emperor Xiao looked like another person, especially the tone of his speech, which was very similar to that from the universe of gods. Chen Shang thought that this person was most likely to read part of Emperor Xiao's memory, but he did not read it completely. Don't be too crazy. I am leaving today, no one can stop me. Emperor Xiao saw Chen Shang chasing him, but he didn't have the idea of fighting, but continued to flee. He also doesn't know how Chen Zhang's strength is now. He only knows that Chen Shang has the ability to move the Supreme Altar away, and his strength is definitely not simple. This Emperor Xiao said that he was running away so arrogantly, this was the first time Chen Shang had seen him. Are you Emperor Xiao, or a miscellaneous fish from the Universe Divine Sea? Chen Shang asked. Don't tell me, you are from the Universe Divine Sea. This is too weak. Chen Shang chased after him, stimulating Xiaodi with words, and wanted to make some words. You say I am a miscellaneous fish? You are too mad, you creatures of the proud universe are no different from dust in our eyes. Xiaodi angrily said. I can't represent the entire universe, the sea, and what you see now my power is not my strongest. I just have a part of the power coming, if I come fully, you will have already been reduced to ashes. So that's the case, so you are not Emperor Xiao now. Chen Shang smiled and said, what is the purpose of your Universe Divine Sea? I say that your vision is too bad, who is not good, why? I chose the waste material of Emperor Xiao. You know what a fart. We didn't choose anyone. In this universe, none of us look down on it. We are just forced. Xiaodi said coldly, it's you. Someone wants to destroy our plan. I have to come and support through this method. It seems that Aoshi Universe is still too young, and everyone thinks that he can handle Aoshi Universe casually. Chen Shang sighed. That's the way it is. This small universe, we can easily control it. If you hadn't destroyed our plan, Aoshi Universe would have fallen into our hands. Xiaodi flew in front and suddenly felt a resistance. The 6 divine mirrors suddenly released a space domain, blocking the surrounding space. The Emperor Xiao now collided against the space wall, unable to continue flying. Your plan is destroyed, it means you are too bad. This can't blame us. You keep saying that we are dust, but you are now so frustrated here, so are you not even as good as us? Shut up, wait for my reinforcements to come, you will look good. Xiaodi angrily said, do you really think you can beat me? Well, let you see my strength, I won't go back at most up. Listening to his words, Chen Shang understood. This guy retains a very powerful force, just to return to the cosmic divine sea, so he can't consume it. Xiao Emperor suddenly flashed, his body gushing white light. Chen Shang had paid attention to the battle between Emperor Xiao and King Wolf. He knew that this guy had a method that could absorb the power of swallowing others. So I can only fight in close quarters, otherwise the energy shot from a distance will be swallowed by the opponent. Emperor Xiao braved white light all over his body, and suddenly flashed in front of Chen Shang, and then a set of quick fists bombarded Chen Shang again and again. From a distance, Chen Shang seemed to be enveloped by hundreds of huge fists. Boom! Chen Xiang's body was suddenly shattered. The Emperor Xiao was stunned, and then immediately became vigilant, because he knew very well that what he had just exploded was just a phantom. Suddenly, Emperor Xiao felt that there was danger behind him. Before he had time to react, his body couldn't move. He saw 6 magic mirrors suddenly appeared under his feet, releasing a burst of strong light to restrain him. Shen Shang suddenly appeared, holding the Qinglong Tumo knife and slashed down. Emperor Xiao was shocked, he could only use his whole body strength, and reluctantly raised an arm to block the knife that Chen Shang had chopped down. Chen Xiang's sword was blocked by the opponent's arm, while Emperor Xiao's wrist had a god-level protective gear. That wrist had a very powerful defense. Although it was split by Chen Shang, it blocked Chen Xiang's sword. Otherwise, after Emperor Xiao's arm was cut off just now, his body would also be slashed. HMPH, your sword is nothing more than that. Xiao Di was quite proud, and then there was another burst of punches at Chen Shang. Now he has broken free from the restraining power released by the 6 magic mirrors. And Chen Xiang's defense is also extremely amazing, using 6 magic mirrors can block the onslaught of Emperor Xiao. Chen Shang was silent, and silently operated the 6 elements in his body. He had to use the 6 elements to gather them, and then release them through the Qinglong 2 magic sword. The Golden Wolf King has been following, and after approaching the battlefield, he only felt that breath, which made him a little scared. Especially the current Chen Shang, the 6 elements that are being gathered, are even more terrifying. Emperor Xiao also immediately realized that Chen Zhang's power is extremely strong now, and he didn't want to meet him head-on, because he might not be able to catch it. However, just when Emperor Xiao was about to evade, the 6 divine mirrors suddenly became larger and hovered over the entire space domain, and once again immobilized Emperor Xiao. The current 6 divine mirrors are consuming the power of the source crystal, which was transported and stored by Shen Yuanxin before. The Emperor Xiao was frozen again, and he angrily said, "You mean fellow, what kind of a good guy is using equipment to assist?" Chen Shang, who had gathered 6 elements of power, suddenly appeared many rune bands all over his body, lingering around his body. Upon closer inspection, he found that it was the power of the law. Even Chen Shang didn't expect that he could actually use a certain amount of power, so he rushed over and cut it down. The body of Emperor Xiao was directly slashed into ashes. However, the soul of the cosmic divine sea in the body escaped very quickly. That soul is like a white figure, which is very huge. Generally speaking, the souls are all in masses, and the souls in front of them are as big as human figures, which shows how powerful this soul is. You look like a chicken with a stripped hair. Chen Shang sneered, you are at your level, dare you go crazy. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4486, Soul Sea Lost. It seems that you are not an ordinary human in the proud universe. As the white figure spoke, her body shape suddenly changed, gradually becoming slender, with a bumpy figure. Soon, bone, flesh, blood, and finally skin appeared on his body. This process was very fast. Chen Shang was worried about what would happen, so he didn't wait for the other party to completely deform. He swung the Qinglong 2 magic knife to instantly split hundreds of knives. With the heavenly power of heaven, the power of lightning and flame burst out. You forced me. The voice of that figure's voice gradually turned into a woman's, and a pale golden energy shield appeared in her body. Chen Zhang's fierce blow did not harm her unexpectedly. He immediately realized that this creature from the cosmic divine sea seemed to hide some powerful power. Not good. Chen Shang found that the 6 magic mirrors were gradually losing control, and he had to take them back immediately. He also had lingering fears at this moment, because the 6 gods mirror almost disconnected from him just now, and the person in the cosmic divine sea also disappeared at this time. Brother, it was dangerous just now. Sister Xiaojing's voice was also horrified, and said, if you slow down a little bit, I might be gone. What do you mean? Chen Shang asked hurriedly, then let go of his consciousness, opened his mind and eyes, and felt his surroundings. I don't know what force was going to invade just now, trying to take control. I don't know how to do it. If it succeeds, I I might be taken away. Sister Xiaojing still felt scared when she talked about this. Taking control. Chen Shang was taken aback. Yes, just forcibly become my master and take me away. This method is too evil. Little mirror sister said. Brother, you must be careful. At this moment, Chen Shang suddenly felt something strange about the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword, and he immediately put away the Azure Dragon Slay Demon Sword. He suddenly understood the feelings of Sister Xiaojing, because he had definitely felt that the connection between the Qinglong 2 Demon Sword and him was like being forcibly taken away. This kind of ability is really terrible, and it is hard to guard against. You know, Chen Shang is very dependent on these magic weapons and artifacts. If someone takes them away, he doesn't know what to do next. Chen Zhang's space domain is gone. Although he can still fly in the air, without the help of the 6 magic mirrors, he feels very insecure at this time. The 6 magic mirrors and the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword were all taken into his soul space by him. Before he figured out the other party's ability, he didn't dare to let it go, for fear of being taken away by the other party. Suddenly, he felt some power, digging into the depths of his soul and entering his soul space. Even, a force is scanning his double soul sea. Chen Shang trembled all over, and then immediately gathered all the power in his soul to resist with all his strength. He discovered that the energy that penetrated into his soul seemed to be forcibly establishing a master-slave contract with him. If the opponent succeeds, Chen Shang will become his slave. The previous Emperor Xiao was very likely to be possessed like this. Don't try to succeed. Chen Zhang's soul cultivation is very strong, and he has also cultivated a double soul sea. After he fully used the power of his soul to resist, he also forced the opponent out of his own soul. Chen Shang now also knows what method the other party uses, that is, to enter the astral space specially. Sister Xiaojing has a soul space, and Qinglong Tumodao also has a soul space. If the opponent invades successfully, he can completely control the opponent's soul. This method is really terrifying. After Chen Shang forced the opponent out of his own soul, he saw a white-skinned woman in front of him. She was not particularly beautiful, but she had good features and temperament. She has a very good figure, she looks full of power, and she has blonde hair and blue eyes. She has a different style. She didn't have any clothes on her body, she was just facing Chen Shang, and she didn't mind at all. Who on earth are you? The blonde woman asked coldly. She stared into Chen Zhang's eyes, emitting a blue light, as if to penetrate Chen Zhang's soul. Are you Emperor Xiao, or something? Chen Shang frowned and said, you should wear your clothes before you speak. In broad daylight, are you doing this well? What kind of style is this? I learned from the memory of Emperor Xiao that men in this universe like to look at women like this. Women who don't wear clothes will cause their combat effectiveness and concentration to decline. When the woman finished speaking, she turned into a white robe and put it on, but she still showed a pair of healthy long legs. Then why are you putting on clothes again now? Chen Shang asked. Because I found that you haven't declined in all aspects. The woman snorted and said, either the information provided by Emperor Xiao's memory is wrong, or you are not a man. You don't know, most human beings have something called willpower, or concentration. Chen Shang pouted. I don't know, the woman said. I have answered you so much, you should answer me now, who are you? I am the son of evil chaos. Chen Shang said casually. Impossible, evil chaos has 9 sons, which have already been slain. The evil chaos great emperor has already been killed. The woman said. Besides, you don't have a trace of evil chaos blood. Chen Shang was secretly shocked that there really was something like evil chaos, and it seemed to be incredible. I'm an ordinary person, I'm an alchemist. Saint Profound Star is my home, I am just guarding my own home now. Chen Shang finished, pointing at the woman, and said coldly, it's you who want to destroy my homeland, I am now forced to fight back. The Saint Profound Star is related to the origin of this universe, we must destroy it. The woman said, only by destroying the Saint Profound Star, we can find everything related to the birth of this universe. I don't allow you to do this. Chen Shang said, I think you are very special, that's why I talk so much nonsense with you. Since you are so persistent, then I can only get rid of you now. After the woman finished speaking, she suddenly turned into a white light and rushed towards Chen Shang. What shocked Chen Shang was that this woman disappeared in a flash, and then appeared in his double soul sea in the next instant. What are you doing? Chen Shang immediately roared, he really didn't expect that this woman would actually be able to dive into his double soul sea. You don't know the double soul sea at all, but you have cultivated it. You didn't have any defense against the double soul sea, I naturally came in easily. The woman said, I will give you one last chance, willingly and voluntarily. I cooperate, or I will end you. I refuse. Chen Shang gritted his teeth. You let the horse come here, I want to see what you can do to me. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4487, Yishinman. Chen Shang naturally knew that his life gate was pinched by the opponent, but he also wanted to give it a try. If he could stop this woman from intruding into his dual soul sea, then he wouldn't have to be afraid of her anymore. Are you really not afraid of death? Living beings like you in the universe should be most afraid of death. Your life is extremely fragile, and it is easy to pass away. You should cherish it, the woman said. Since you are not afraid of death, then you should be afraid of other threats. What do you want to do? Chen Shang immediately realized that this woman from the cosmic divine sea had extremely strong learning ability and seemed to have discovered his weakness. I learned from the memory of Emperor Shao that some guys value something called emotions. Because of your emotions, you are sometimes not afraid of death, but you are afraid that others will die. That is to say, the death of the person who has a relationship with you should be the one you fear the most. You are so strange that your own life is obviously the most important, but you don't take it seriously. Instead, you value the lives of others. Feelings are really stupid creatures. The woman said very proudly, because she could already feel Chen Zhang's emotional changes at this time, and knew that Chen Shang was a person with a lot of emotions. Emotions are the source of strength. Chen Shang snorted, you will never understand. Then I will see how powerful your feelings bring you. After the woman finished speaking, a strong white light was released from her body, which immediately covered Chen Zhang's entire double soul sea. But Chen Shang had nothing to do with her. The most frightening thing was that Chen Shang could feel that this woman wanted to spy on his memory, to find the emotional memory in the depths of his soul. Chen Shang tried his best, but he was helpless. The ability of this creature from the cosmic divine sea was so strange that Chen Shang had never encountered it before. Moreover, Chen Shang could feel that the opponent's strength was far more than that. It seemed that for some reason, he was constantly suppressing his own strength, so it didn't burst out. You are much better than Emperor Shao. I am in your body and can release even more powerful power. The woman's voice came, and now, she seemed to invade Chen Zhang's emotional memory. Stop, Chen Shang suddenly shouted. I promise your terms. But I have a request. The current Chen Shang can only admit counseling temporarily, otherwise the people who are implicated in him might be found by this woman. Chen Shang guessed that this woman would definitely control his body to find someone related to him. My condition is that you voluntarily become my servant. The woman said. As for your request, please tell me. I will agree to you depending on the mood. I can be your slave, but you can't ask me to do things that go against my heart. Chen Shang said. This is my condition. Your strength is very strong, it is not difficult for you to win me, but you still wanting to take me as a slave shows that there are many things you value in me. Yes, you are indeed very special. The woman said. You can cultivate a double soul sea in this environment. It is a rare alien. What surprised me the most is that you haven't lived long, just can be cultivated. Even in the cosmic divine sea, it is very rare. If you are really optimistic about me, I hope I can become your powerful slave. Then you don't force me to do something that goes against my heart. Chen Shang said, otherwise, after you force me to do it, I will abandon myself, which is equivalent to abolition, and for you, it will also be a great loss. Okay, I promise you. The woman said. Then now, you and me sign a contract. What kind of contract is this? Chen Shang felt a little uncomfortable now. He used to sign this kind of contract with others, but now it is his turn to be forced to sign by others. You don't need to know what the contract is. After the woman said, she released a red ball of light, penetrated into the depths of Chen Zhang's soul, and then exploded in the depths of his soul. In this way, she forcibly signed a contract with Chen Shang, but Chen Shang didn't know what the contract was. You could directly force me to sign this kind of contract before. Chen Shang shuddered. After this woman entered his second soul sea, she could directly control him forcibly, but she still wanted to threaten him. Twisted melons are not sweet. The woman said. You are voluntary now, not a strong twist. Isn't this a forceful twist? Obviously you threatened me. Chen Shang snorted. Very uncomfortable. You can come out of my second soul sea now, right? The woman also came out of Chen Zhang's double soul sea and suspended in front of Shen Shang. After she came out, her clothes were gone again. Thank you to put on clothes. Chen Shang was a little speechless, so he could only put on a set of clothes for her. The figure of this woman is quite tall. Fortunately, Shen Shang has all kinds of clothes. After all, he knows a lot of women, and they have all kinds of figures. The woman also put on the clothes. It was a long purple dress, and her hair was now brown. It was still golden before. What's your name? Chen Shang asked. My name is Yi Tianshu. The woman adjusted her clothes and said, you should have a certain respect for me. You must understand that you are my servant now. Yes, master. Chen Shang was very upset, but he nodded respectfully. What do you think of my name? Yi Tianshu asked. Have you heard of this name before? No opinion. Chen Shang shook his head and said, I have never heard of it. Then you still say that you are the son of the evil chaos. If you really have the blood of the evil chaos in your body, you will definitely have a great reaction to my name. Yi Tianshu snorted. You fake the son of the evil chaos, really, act recklessly. Really, why do people with the blood of evil chaos react so much to your name? Chen Shang doubted. Not a big reaction to my name, but to our Yishan Gate. Our Yishan Gate, and the Evil Chaos Gate at the beginning, are considered opponents in the Universe Divine Sea. Yi Tianshu said. Well, I don't know these things at all. Chen Shang said, by the way, my name is Chen Shang. What's your name? What does it have to do with me? Yi Tianshu said coldly. By the way, why do you pretend to be the son of evil chaos? Also, where did you hear of evil chaos? Chen Shang could only tell the matter of the 6 Fate and Soul races. So, that Emperor Shao also heard it from the 6 Fate Soul clan. Yi Tianshu said. It seems that the 6 Fate Soul clan has a deep contact with the universe Shanghai, so they know about the evil and chaos. And put your name on your head. The most ridiculous thing is that you take it seriously. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4488, Slave. Suddenly Chen Shang felt a little embarrassed. The name of the son of evil chaos was very bluffing. This was given to him by the 6th clan of life and soul, so he used it. He never felt that there really was any evil chaos. He always thought that it was the 6th clan of life and soul in order to discredit him, making people think that he was a big demon or something. But now, this Yi Tianshu told him that there is indeed an evil chaos, and it is still an incredible existence. In this way, Chen Shang suddenly felt that he was really ridiculous. My ghost knows that evil chaos really exists. Chen Shang curled his lips and waved his hand. I will no longer say that I am the son of evil chaos. There is nothing funny. You will also meet me. If you meet other guys from the divine sea of the universe, they will definitely blast you to ashes on the spot. Yi Tianshu was suddenly very harsh and exhorted. You must never say that you are any more. Son of evil chaos, this will bring you a murderous disaster. I know. Chen Shang was surprised in his heart, and at the same time, he was curious why the universe Shanghai was so taboo against evil and chaos. Master, what exactly is evil chaos like? Chen Shang asked. Why are they killed? Are they really extinct? In the universe of gods, the evil chaos gate is very powerful, and it is the oldest and primitive existence in the universe of gods. In short, as long as the evil chaos exists, all parties in the universe of gods will have no good life. In the cosmic divine sea, it is everyone's consensus to kill the chaotic bloodline of evil. As for whether they are completely extinct, I don't know. In short, I haven't seen it for many years. Speaking of things about evil chaos, Yi Tianshu's expression is also very serious. Why do those **** of the 6th clan of life and soul spread the rumors that I am the son of evil chaos? These **** guys, I thought they just made up an evil-sounding name, and put it on my head, so that others hate me. Chen Shang also felt his head big at this time, scratching his head frantically, and continued, now it seems that those guys are very likely to use the power of the universe Shanghai to kill me. It must be. So you have to stay anonymous and stay with me. Yi Tianshu said, I will protect you. Thank you, master. Chen Shang quickly pretended to be thankful. In fact, he chose to admit counsel, also to protect Saint Profound Star. Yi Tianshu will certainly not be able to destroy the Saint Profound Star in a short period of time. Chen Shang has won enough time, then he can find a way to protect the Saint Profound Star. Furthermore, Following Yi Tianshu's words, she can still pay attention to her every move and understand the affairs of the universe Shanhai. Then there is, the 6 life souls and the 6 soul palaces, there is nothing to do with him. Where did you get the supreme altar? Yi Tianshu asked. I want to find the supreme altar and get the Saint Profound Star back. This, Master, can you not destroy the Saint Profound Star? Chen Shang quickly persuaded, the Saint Profound Star is very important to me. The main reason why I am strong is to rely on the Saint Profound Star. Since I am your servant, if I rely on the Saint Profound Star to become stronger, it will be good for you too. Yi Tianshu suddenly fell into thought. When she controlled Xiao Dia's body before, she also knew Chen Xiang's ability. At that time, Chen Shang moved the entire Supreme Altar to the outside of Saint Profound Star through the power of space, obviously relying on the power of Saint Profound Star. Actually, it is often Yi Tianshu. She doesn't understand the situation of Saint Profound Star. She only knows that Saint Profound Star has a great relationship with the origin of Aoshi universe. Okay, I will find a way to persuade the Yishanman side. After careful consideration, Yi Tianshu agreed to Chen Shang and said, however, if the Yishanman side insists on taking action against Saint Profound Star, I can't do anything. At that time, I will at most, you can only do this without interfering. Whether you can keep the Saint Profound Star is up to you. As long as the Master Sister doesn't interfere, it will be easier. Chen Shang quickly laughed. He also quickly entered the state of a slave, because he found that Yi Tianshu valued him very much. After all, if he grows up, there will be no harm to Yi Tianshu. At this time, the Golden Wolf King flew over. He had been far away before, and he didn't know what happened to Chen Shang. He only knew that Emperor Xiao was chopped into ashes by Chen Shang, and then Chen Shang seemed to be entangled in something again. When he arrived, he saw Chen Shang with a woman. The Golden Wolf King saw Yi Tianshu, he immediately became vigilant, because he had a very familiar feeling. When he fought with Emperor Xiao before, he could feel this familiar aura. Brother Shen, the Golden Wolf King shouted. Yi Tianshu saw the Golden Wolf King, his blue eyes suddenly flickered. Master Sister, wait. Chen Shang hurriedly stood in front of her and said, he is my friend, please be merciful. The Golden Wolf King suddenly looked confused, and Chen Shang actually called this woman the Master. Okay, I won't kill him. Yi Tianshu also suppressed his killing intent. Brother Golden Wolf, the situation is compelling. I have to do this. Chen Shang sighed to the Golden Wolf King, the Saint Profound Star will leave it to you next. Brother Shen, you. The Golden Wolf King suddenly burst into tears. In the eyes of the Golden Wolf King, Chen Shang made a great sacrifice in order to preserve the Saint Profound Star, and he was willing to become a slave. So I feel very sad about this, and my heart is very sad. Because he pulled Chen Shang to participate in this operation, and he was also older than Chen Shang. He originally planned to make the greatest sacrifice, but it was Chen Shang that made the sacrifice now. Brother Golden Wolf, Chalong Island and Dakan Gate have a deep relationship with me. I hope you can take care of them. Chen Shang sighed helplessly, and said, I am not a free person anymore. I can't help it, get rid of it. Brother Shen, don't say these things. Even if I fight my life, I will definitely take care of them. Golden Wolf King glanced at Yi Tianshu, and after touching her eyes, his heart was suddenly filled with fear. He knew that Yi Tianshu was very powerful, and Chen Shang must have exchanged interests to save Saint Profound Star. Brother Golden Wolf, Fate Soul 6 Races and 6 Soul Palace, these guys will definitely be messing around in Saint Profound Star. You must guard against them. Chen Shang once again exhorted. Don't worry, I will protect the Saint Profound Star to the best of my death. The Golden Wolf King made up his mind to die at the Saint Profound Star too. Let's go. Let's go to the Supreme Altar. Yi Tianshu said coldly. I have been away from the altar for too long, Yishanman will blame me. Yes, Master Sister. Chen Shang nodded quickly. Yi Tianshu grabbed Chen Shang, and then flew towards the sky. Before Chen Shang left, he did not have time to say goodbye to Shen Yuanxin. He was full of guilt and worry. Because he had used Shen Yuanxin's very powerful force before, he was worried that this baby girl would be known by the universe Shanhai when his traces were exposed. Daddy, I will definitely save you. Shen Yuanxin in the Universe Heart Palace, after speaking gently, fell into a deep sleep. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4489, Scramble for the Altar. Shen Yuanxin already knew that Chen Shang had become Yi Tianshu's slave. Fortunately, Shen Shang was not dangerous now, so she was relieved a lot, and the next step was to rescue Chen Shang. After Chen Shang left, the Golden Wolf King looked at the sky, still very excited and very sad. In the eyes of the Golden Wolf King, Chen Shang became a slave, which is more humiliating than death. At least he, the leader of the Nightmare Orc clan, could not accept such a thing. After Chen Shang left, the Golden Wolf King suddenly found a piece of object floating in the sky. He grabbed it and took a look. It was a messenger. Before, in front of Yi Tianshu, Chen Shang was inconvenient to give to the Golden Wolf King, because he could see that Yi Tianshu did not want Chen Shang to have contact with these people. The Golden Wolf King took a closer look. Although he didn't know the messenger, after all, he had lived a long time, and he would soon be able to figure out that this is something that can be transmitted from a distance. Brother Shen, can you be here? The Golden Wolf King tried and went to contact Chen Shang. Brother Golden Wolf, this is my message. I can't contact you in real time for the time being, I will contact you again when it becomes more convenient for me in the future. Do you remember, I asked you before and asked you to help me find a grandmother of your heavenly nightmare orcs who can refine alchemy. You help me find this grandma, and then control her, I will contact you again in time. Quote. Don't worry, Brother Shen, I will definitely handle this. The Golden Wolf King immediately left here, going back to find the old grandmother who refines the alchemy. The reason why Chen Shang was worried about this incident was because that old grandmother had a connection with Yan Balian. Chen Shang is now sitting on Yi Tianshu's flying artifact. Yi Tianshu's flying artifact is very special. It looks like a crystal fish. It is very comfortable for people to sit inside and can see everything outside. More importantly, the speed of this crystal flying fish ship is still very fast. They were flying in deep space at the moment, far away from Saint Profound Star. Sitting in the crystal flying fish boat, Chen Shang looked at the sky full of stars, thoughtfully. He didn't know what the next path would be like now. He can only take one step now. Yi Tianshu stared at the front, because the Supreme Altar was in that direction. What is the function of the Supreme Altar? Chen Shang asked. The Supreme Altar has two functions. It can open a door and connect to the Cosmic Divine Sea. Yi Tianshu said. The second function is to make sacrifices and obtain power from the Cosmic Divine Sea. Open a door. Is it to open a space channel? Chen Shang asked. How much energy is needed for this? It's not to open a space channel. Yi Tianshu said. It's a door. All universes float in the Cosmic Divine Sea, and there is no so-called space barrier. I don't quite understand, so why can't we feel the existence of the universe Shanghai? Chen Shang was puzzled, then looked at the starry sky, and continued. I only heard about the universe Shanghai matter recently. Your universe is floating on the sea of AA cosmic gods. It's like the same ship, but this ship is closed. The Supreme Altar can open a door from inside this ship. Yi Tianshu said. Then how did you come here? Chen Shang asked. Also, what happened to those altars? Of course we came here by space shuttle. Opening the space channel from the Cosmic Divine Sea is very expensive, and the space channel is very unstable. Coming here through the space channel will cause great damage. I came here from the Divine Sea of AA the universe, and my strength was at least 70 or 80. The altar was sent by us back then to let the Heavenly Nightmare and the Heavenly Nightmare orcs build the altar first, and finally merge. Said Yi Tianshu. Your power has lost 70 or 80, what do you mean? Chen Shang raised his brow. He felt that he still underestimated Yi Tianshu's power. If my strength is 100, then I have only a dozen left now. All other strengths are damaged by entering through the space channel. Yi Tianshu said, it will take a while to fully recover. Master Sister, then what is your strength on the side of the universe Shanghai? Chen Shang now has a general understanding of Yi Tianshu's strength. Medium, said Yi Tianshu, I was sent here to perform a task. Generally speaking, people who come to do this kind of work are not very high in status. Ah, isn't your status high in Yishanmen? Before Chen Shang, he felt that Yi Tianshu seemed to have the aura of a superior. My status was once high. It's just that I failed in the struggle. Yi Tianshu said. As a loser, I gave a large portion of my strength and my status was reduced to the middle level. It can be like this. Chen Shang was a little surprised. It's normal. Even the master of Yishinmen, as long as they are not strong enough, they will be pulled down. In Yishinmen, no one is exception. Therefore, Yishinmen can become the overlord of the universe of Shanghai. Tian Shu said. She was not dissatisfied with her situation at this time, because everyone was like this. So, Master, what status did you use in Yishin Gate? Chen Shang asked in a low voice. I was ranked 7th in Yishinmen. Yi Tianshu said indifferently, now, I am nothing. Chen Shang was a little shocked, this dropped too fast. If you can't complete the task of the Supreme Altar, will you be punished? Chen Shang was a little worried about Yi Tianshu being killed. Because Yi Tianshu signed a contract with him, if the master was killed, the slave might also suffer according to that contract. No, Yi Tianshu said, because they never expected to complete this. Besides, I can tell them at that time that I have been hindered and interfered by other forces. Yes, the guys of the 6th clan of Life and Soul also have support from the universe Shanghai side. Chen Shang nodded quickly. The Supreme Altar was right in front, and Yi Tianshu's crystal flying fish boat suddenly stopped. Because there are many people over there. Chen Shang didn't dare to take out the 6 divine mirrors now, fearing that Yi Tianshu would look at them and then **** them away, but he could still see through his own eyes that there were many people around the Supreme Altar in the distance. Are they from the 6th clan of Life and Soul? They should be very weak in your eyes, let's get rid of them in the past. Chen Shang said. He could only see a lot of people over there, but couldn't see who they were. If those people are from the 6 Fate and Soul races, it would be much easier to handle, but he is not. Yi Tianshu sighed lightly and said, they are also the guys in the universe, they are peers. Quote. Ah, is it from Yishinmen? Chen Shang was surprised, the guy from the universe Shanghai, and he was with the 6th clan of Life and Soul. No, Yi Tianshu said, the Supreme Altar was taken by them. I have to find a way to harass them, and then send a message back to Yishinmen through the Supreme Altar and ask for support. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4490, Desolation and Altar. Yi Tianshu only intends to send the news back, and does not intend to go desperately in the past, because it is not worth it to her. She was defeated in the struggle and ended up like this. Although she didn't complain about anything, she must be very uncomfortable in her heart. Chen Shang was pondering Yi Tianshu's thoughts secretly, thinking that Yi Tianshu would study something through him. Although he has become Yi Tianshu's servant, Yi Tianshu is still very friendly to him, obviously for other purposes. Sitting on the crystal flying fish boat, Yi Tianshu said nothing, his eyes glowing with blue light, as if he was about to do a big job. He looked a little scared. Master sister, I am weak. If you want to go to war, you have to take care of me. Chen Shang said suddenly. Yi Tianshu rushed over now, facing quite a few enemies, and many of them came from the cosmic divine sea, and they didn't know what strength they were. Don't worry, those guys are all miscellaneous fish, I can deal with them. I am also the 7th ranked figure in Yishinmen anyway, Yi Tianshu said. But at this time, the people on the Supreme Altar also discovered Yi Tianshu's crystal flying fish boat. She didn't hide anything at all, so she flew directly over, her momentum was still very strong, it would be difficult to find her. Chen Shang cursed a few words secretly in his heart, it would be very dangerous to pass it so high profile. Suddenly, Yi Tianshu's body overflowed with a strange blue light, and the entire crystal flying fish ship was instantly dyed blue. Surprisingly, after the crystal flying fish ship was dyed blue, it suddenly became ***** and fleshy, and in the blink of an eye it became a big blue fish, which looked like a pair of wings, and its aura was very scary. Then, the crystal flying fish ship rushed directly to the Supreme Altar. For some reason, the Supreme Altar began to vibrate, agitating layers of ripples, and the space was shaking violently. Chen Shang knew very well that Yi Tianshu was conveying a message to the divine sea of the universe in this way. Yi Tianshu moved quickly. After she finished sending the message, she immediately flew away, and did not intend to stay to fight. Chen Shang felt a pity, because he could now see that Yi Tianshu was not afraid of those people at all, and he underestimated her strength. Yi Tianshu flew over calmly, and the group of people couldn't help her at all. If they really fought, she would definitely be able to do so. Yi Tianshu quickly moved away from the Supreme Altar, and the crystal flying fish ship also began to fluctuate, and then gradually disappeared into the deep space of the universe. Master, why don't you fight them? Chen Shang asked in a low voice. Because you are here, so I don't worry about fighting them, I have to take care of you. Yi Tianshu glanced at Chen Shang, then closed her eyes, not knowing if she was resting, and there is no need, they are all some small things are not worth my shot. Really, I think they are quite strong. Chen Shang also saw that there were 6 fate souls in the group. If he could get rid of it with Yi Tianshu's hand, it would be pretty good. Unfortunately, Yi Tianshu was too lazy to do it. Although you are capable, your ability is not stable. It is not your own strength. Yi Tianshu suddenly opened his eyes and looked at Chen Shang, his sharp eyes seemed to penetrate Chen Zhang's mind. Chen Shang was able to remove the supreme altar before, which really shocked Yi Tianshu, but now she also knew that Chen Shang did not have that kind of power, but used external force. It is most likely to use the power of Aoshi universe. A person who can use the power of Aoshi universe, so this also makes Yi Tianshu very interested. After all, such a person is very difficult to meet. Master, where are we going now? Chen Shang looked around, then looked in another direction, where Saint Profound Star was located. He is now farther and farther away from Saint Profound Star. Tianmu Shengwang, Yi Tianshu said. Chen Zhang's heart was shocked. Why did Yi Tianshu also go to the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness? And she had actually heard of Tianmu Shengwang. What's the matter with the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness? Why are so many people rushing to the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness? Chen Shang asked. Is the supreme altar big in your eyes? Is it strong? Yi Tianshu asked. It's very big and strong. Chen Shang nodded. It's like a huge piece of land. But what does it have to do with the holy desolation of the Heavenly Mother? The supreme altar was formed by swallowing a large number of altars from the Tianmao tribe in a short period of time. It is indeed very powerful. Yi Tianshu looked forward, as if it was the place where the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness was, and continued, Tianmu Shenghuang, similar to the supreme altar. I just activated the supreme altar. Soon after, the supreme altar will start flying, and it will fly to the Heavenly Mother holy wilderness. Chen Shang was shocked. However, it is not the same as the supreme altar. And as far as I know, the Heavenly Mother's sacred desolation is far surpassing the supreme altar. It is tens of thousands of times larger than the supreme altar, and tens of thousands of times stronger. Yi Tianshu said, the Heavenly Mother's sacred desolation is the strongest. The big point is the power to travel through time. Of course, Chen Shang had heard of it, but he was a little unbelievable at that time. After a surprise, he asked, is the Heavenly Mother Holy Desolate also related to the universe Divine Sea? Of course there is. I don't know what the specific circumstances are. Yi Tianshu said, the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness disappeared from the Divine Sea of the universe many years ago, and then appeared in this universe and, integrated into this universe. Incorporate into this universe? How to say? Chen Shang didn't understand. It's just to be a part of this universe. Yi Tianshu frowned lightly and said, it should be like this, so this universe is very much valued by us. Chen Shang was shocked again, he was not aware of it. This matter is very complicated. The Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness should travel through time, just at the beginning of the birth of this universe and then merge into it. Yi Tianshu said, in this way, it will be difficult to separate the Heavenly Mother's sage wilderness from this universe. Get out. Well, I don't know what the your universe Shanghai is doing. Chen Shang suddenly thought of Emperor Jukai Lotus, and now Zillion, would she also have any connection with the Divine Sea of the universe? The senior members of the 6 Fate Soul races, even the Golden Wolf King, had contact with the universe Divine Sea. Then the Jukai Lotus Emperor back then must be the same, otherwise it wouldn't be that strong. I'll rest first, don't disturb me if nothing happens. After Yi Tianshu finished speaking, he closed his eyes. Yes, Master. Chen Shang also used the messenger to make various contacts now, to see who could be contacted. But what made him curious was that Huang Jintian had said before that Saint Profound Star was terrible outside, but he was with Yi Tianshu now, and he did not find any chaos outside of Saint Profound Star. Chen Shang couldn't use the 6 magic mirrors to activate the talisman, so the communication distance was limited, but he still tried multiple talismans. After trying, he found that he had actually contacted the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Sword King, I'm Chen Shang, have you been to the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness? Chen Shang remembered Tianyuan, the master of the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, who had previously said that he was going to the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness. Chen Shang, you can contact me for Mao, the Saint Profound Star is not finished, what happened? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was also shocked, and quickly responded to Chen Shang. I'm about to reach the Heavenly Mother Holy Desolation, you won't? Are you here too? World Defying Dan God Chapter 4491, Supreme Nine Palaces. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King thought for a while, and felt that Chen Shang was nearby, but there was nothing strange in fact. After all, Saint Profound Star was not destroyed, and then the Supreme Altar was removed from Saint Profound Star. This shocked him and Tian Yuan. I should be on the way to Tianmu Shengwang. Sword King, ask your master if you have heard of Yishinmen. The Nightmare Sword King did not answer Chen Shang, and Chen Shang secretly called him several times, but he did not get a response, and he did not know why. When Chen Shang secretly used the messenger, she looked at Yi Tianshu again, but she didn't notice, she still closed her eyes to rest. Yi Tianshu's face is oval, not that particularly beautiful. Ida's just that the facial features are correct, but it is exceptionally temperamental, and it is also very attractive. If you look at it a few more times, you will feel that there will be an indescribable pleasing to the eye. Look, it feels very comfortable. So when Chen Shang watched Yi Tianshu, he would stare at it involuntarily, especially since he had seen Yi Tianshu's figure, it was absolutely amazing and perfect. Of course, people with a little bit of strength can easily shape themselves to perfection. It's just that Yi Tianshu's figure fits perfectly with her face shape, so even if she doesn't have that glamorous face, she is still particularly attractive, especially after spending some time with her. Although Yi Tianshu closed her eyes, she knew that Chen Shang was staring at her. If it was another woman, if someone stared at her like this, she would feel coveted for her beauty. However, Yi Tianshu had no such thoughts at all, she was just a casual person without clothes in front of Chen Shang. Chen Shang also knew that Yi Tianshu's life form was different from the human beings of Aoshi universe. She should have no desires, and she should not reproduce through the combination of men and women. What are you looking at? Yi Tianshu asked. She was just curious and didn't think it was rude for Chen Shang to stare at her. Master sister, do you know what beauty is? Chen Shang suddenly became a little curious. Do you think you are beautiful? Yi Tianshu was silent for a while, opened his eyes, then looked at his fists, and said, strong power is beauty. Huh, Chen Shang was very surprised, and Yi Tianshu actually answered like this. Isn't it? Yi Tianshu asked back. I am stronger than you, and you will feel that I am beautiful. If you dare to say that I am not beautiful, then I will use my strength to teach you how to distinguish between beautiful and ugly. Chen Shang gave a ha-ha, smiled awkwardly, and felt that Yi Tianshu's words were quite reasonable and true. With respect to strength, beauty and ugliness are indeed all clouds. Yi Tianshu snorted. You are strong, everything you say is right. Chen Shang spread his hands, then asked, do you think I look good then? Yi Tianshu also looked at Chen Zhang's handsome face seriously, and still touched his face, and finally said, your face is very strange. Why is it weird? Chen Shang asked. Unfortunately, I have been cursed and I don't know how to grow up. If you see me when I grow up, you must have other opinions. Your appearance, or rather, the vision constructed by your facial contour, ear, nose, throat, mouth, and mouth will cause certain disturbances to the human soul. Yi Tianshu pinched Chen Zhang's chin, looked carefully, and continued. Said, weird, so weird. Really, why don't I feel it? Is my face really that strange? Chen Shang was also surprised. I don't know what's going on. Yi Tianshu said, you said you were cursed, what's the matter? Chen Shang then talked about his situation to Yi Tianshu, such as the forgetting fate curse. After listening to Yi Tianshu, he frowned and said, it sounds familiar, isn't this the sorcery of Supreme Nine Palaces? Huh, what is Supreme Nine Palaces? Chen Shang asked quickly. One of the sects of the universe Shanghai is called the Supreme Nine Palaces. Yi Tianshu said, the sorcery they have mastered is very evil. Some of us in Yishinmen have recruited them, and there is nothing to do about it. Then can I still save it? Chen Shang immediately thought that the Supreme Nine Palace is very likely to be related to the 6 life souls. At the beginning, the 6 Fate Soul races belonged to the 9 Fate Soul races, and there was a 9 Soul Palace which seemed to be related. Let me see. Yi Tianshu put his hand on Chen Zhang's head and entered Chen Zhang's soul in an instant. Yi Tianshu quickly finished the investigation, and then shook his head. Sure enough, it is the witchcraft of the Supreme Nine Palaces. I have nothing to do with this witchcraft. This witchcraft has not caused you any harm, so don't worry about it for the time being. Really, I have suffered a lot of this kind of sorcery. For example, I am not growing up now. Chen Shang smiled bitterly. Master Sister, you have to help me. I can't help, unless you are willing to give me a try, but you will probably die. Yi Tianshu gave Chen Shang a cold look and asked, would you like to try? That's not it. Chen Shang waved his hand quickly. Behind the six fate of souls, it is very likely that it is the Supreme Nine Palaces. Sister Master, do you think those people who were in the Supreme Altar are from the Supreme Nine Palaces? Chen Shang asked. No, there are very few people in the Supreme Nine Palaces, and the Supreme Nine Palaces will not participate in this kind of thing. Yi Tianshu's eyes suddenly sharpened, and he said in a deep voice, the group of guys belong to the Tianzong. Hatred. Chen Shang was stunned. The Supreme Nine Palaces is actually not related to the six fate and soul races. How did the sixth clan of life and soul master the use of curses? Chen Shang said, didn't you say that the sorcery in me comes from the Supreme Nine Palaces? Zhao Shenzong will too. A traitor once appeared in the Supreme Nine Palaces, and that guy has joined Zhao Shenzong. Yi Tianshu said, we Yishanmen, and some traitors have also escaped into Zhao Shenzong. Okay, Chen Shang was a bit big, and it seemed that Zhao Tianzong was a headache. At this moment, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King responded to Chen Shang with a messenger talisman, but the voice that came was from Tianyuan. Master Shen, where did you hear about Yishanmen? Tianyuan asked. Senior, are you from Yishanmen? Chen Shang asked. Exactly, Tianyuan replied, but I am at a lower level. Have you come into contact with the people of Yishanmen? Have you heard of a woman named Yi Tianshu? Chen Shang asked again. What, did you meet Yi Tianshu? Tian Yuan's voice was trembling unexpectedly. What's the matter? Chen Shang hurriedly asked. He also wanted to learn more about Yi Tianshu as much as possible. Yi Tianshu saw that Chen Shang suddenly stopped talking, and then closed her eyes to rest again. She didn't doubt what Chen Shang was doing, because Chen Shang was already her servant, and she didn't need to worry that Chen Shang would rebel against her. Master Shen, did you see Yi Tianshu? What was she doing at the time? Did she appear at Profound Star Aosheng? Tian Yuan asked seriously and anxiously. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4492, Yishan. What is Proud Saint Profound Star? Chen Shang asked. Is it Saint Profound Star? It's what we call Saint Profound Star. Proud Saint Profound Star has a very important position in our Yishan Gate. Tian Yuan said. Shen Gongzi, answer me quickly, did you see Yi Tianshu there? Quote. Yes, Chen Shang said. Senior Tianyuan, what is her background? Isn't she amazing? She is here. Tian Yuan sighed. It seems that I still don't know much about Aosheng Shuangxing. Chen Shang was very puzzled. Why would Yi Tianshu's little bit of it make Tianyuan have this idea? She's here, so what? Chen Shang continued to ask. If she comes, it means, there may be something wrong with the Universe Divine Sea. Tian Yuan said. The Universe Divine Sea should have something serious, so they sent Yi Tianshu here. What's going to happen? Don't you understand the affairs of the Universe Shanghai? Chen Shang couldn't understand even more. Because Yi Tianshu said that his status was very low in Yishan Gate at this time, why she appeared here would make Tian Yuan so shocked. Chen Shang also thought that it might be Tianyuan who didn't know about Yi Tianshu's fall from a high position. Yi Tianshu's identity is very special. She used to be the 7th-ranked figure in power in Yishanmen. Although her status plummeted, she still has a very important meaning to Yishanmen. Tian Yuan said. He said these words, it can show that he knows about Yi Tianshu's decline in status. Where is she special? Chen Shang became even more curious. She is called Yi Tianshu, and the word Yishan is her surname. Not everyone can have this surname. Tian Yuan said, she is now Yishanmen, the only person with this surname. So, there are other important meanings to Yishanmen. Then what is going on now? Chen Shang knew now that Yi Tianshu's identity in Yishanmen. She should be someone who has a deep connection with Yishanmen. I don't know. If Yi Tianshu really appears here, it means that there has been a big change in the universe Shanghai. Tian Yuan said. Shen Gongzi, what's the matter with you now? What's the matter with Saint Profound Star? Now, why was that Supreme Altar sent away? I don't know too much. Chen Shang went over vaguely and said, I'm following a senior to the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness. Let's see you by chance then. We should be able to meet soon. Tianyuan also said, I look forward to seeing each other. After Chen Shang and Tianyuan made a few polite sentences, they broke off contact. Then he looked at Yi Tianshu. She was still resting quietly. Master Sister, how is your injury recovered? Is your strength invincible here? Chen Shang asked in a low voice. I'm not invincible. Yi Tianshu opened his eyes and gently shook his head. If I am truly invincible, my actions will not be blocked by you. I am also trying to protect Saint Profound Star. Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled, but isn't the result now very good? Saint Profound Star is all right, and then you don't seem to be punished either. If it weren't for the people of Zhaoshanzong to show up, I would be really bad at shaking the pot. Now I have dumped the pot to Zhaoshanzong, and Yishanman can't say anything about me. Yi Tianshu said. And the Supreme Altar, now flying to the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness, there will be no threat to the Saint Profound Star for the time being. Chen Shang was more relieved, and Sheng Zanxing continued to maintain, then Shen Yuanxin would have time to grow. If you get to the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness, then, who will be your opponent? Chen Shang asked. The situation of Tianmu Shengwang now seems to be very complicated. Zillion should have also gone to Tianmu Shengwang and the people of Tianmu Holy Palace. Chen Shang also didn't know if he could meet those women in the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace, such as Long Shui and others who had lost contact with him. I don't know, the situation of the Heavenly Mother Sacred Desolation is very complicated. Because the Heavenly Mother Sacred Desolation appeared here through time and space. In the Heavenly Mother Sacred Desolation, there may be strong people from all sides of the universe in the universe. In Yi Tianshu's eyes, there was a hint of fear. Chen Shang was secretly frightened. Heaven Mother Shengwang had Yi Tianshu's fear. The Heavenly Mother Sacred Desolate has all the powerhouses of the universe Divine Sea. What does this mean? Chen Shang also pondered these words, feeling a chill on his back. Back then, there were a lot of powerhouses from the universe Divine Sea who gathered together in the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness, and then a war broke out. Then the whole Heavenly Mother Sage Wilderness disappeared. Yi Tianshu said, so, what do you think this will be the case? This. Chen Shang was speechless for a while. I want to heal the wound as soon as possible. The Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness is very dangerous. Yi Tianshu closed his eyes and said, it's not just the group of strong men on it, but there are also many dangerous things in the universe. It is very likely that they are all there. Above. Chen Shang was also frightened, and secretly contacted the little mirror sister of Lu Dao Shenjing to see how much he still had. At the beginning, he learned about the Tianmu Shengwang from the Heavenly Mother, but he didn't expect that the Tianmu Shengwang came from such a big background. What worries him the most is that the ladies of the 100 Flowers may all go to the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness. Isn't it that the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness can only be entered by women? Why are they now running over from the universe Divine Sea? Could it be said that the Heavenly Mother's Spirit Clan was once only a small piece on the Heavenly Mother's Sacred Wilderness? Part of the area, even they don't know the situation of the Heavenly Mother Sacred Desolation. Chen Shang and Sister Xiaojing were discussing the matter of Tianmu Shengwang. Brother, be more optimistic. You still have an advantage. What is this place? This is Aoshi Universe, but your sight. Little Mirror said, you must continue to understand the laws of Aoshi Universe, or create new ideas. Principles. For example, the 6 principles of practice that you have compiled before have indirectly affected the power composition of Aoshi Universe. The problem is, I've been caught by this woman now. I become her servant and I can't do anything. Chen Shang also felt a big head. If conditions permit, he really wants to practice some life and soul, and see if he can come up with the 6 principles of cultivation like before. Brother, you can only use that trick. Sister Xiaojing said. What's the trick? I have nothing to do with this woman. I can't beat, and I signed a ghost contract with her. Shen Shang was really helpless. A beautiful boy, Little Mirror said, you can not only get out of her, but also make her a tool person for you. Sister Jing, I thought about this trick before, but she doesn't take this one. Chen Shang was a little speechless, sighed, besides, this is too scumbag, right? Then you can only wait for an opportunity. Little Mirror said, she doesn't eat this set because she has no lust. If she doesn't have lusts, you can find a way to make her have it. This is your proud universe, you have it. Is it a way? World Defying Dan God Chapter 4493, Terror Channel. Yi Tianshu knew that Chen Shang had some great things in her hands, but she didn't ask about it. After all, it was Chen Zhang's life-saving guy, and she also had a deep connection with Shen Shang. In her hands, it wouldn't help. But she didn't know that in Chen Zhang's 6 magic mirrors, there were very powerful 6 fate souls, and Sister Xiaojing was the 6 fate souls, and she had self-consciousness. If she knew, she would definitely not just stay in Chen Zhang's hands. Chen Shang and Sister Xiaojing discussed how to escape Yi Tianshu's palm, but after a long time of discussion, there was no good countermeasure. The main reason is that Chen Shang didn't fully understand Yi Tianshu's weird method, especially to enter his very important double soul sea, and even enter the inside of the 6 sacred mirrors, which can cut off the connection between Chen Shang and the 6 sacred mirrors. If he can figure it out and can resist it, Chen Shang has great hope to get rid of Yi Tianshu. However, even if he can block Yi Tianshu's method, he still has to crack the contract Yi Tianshu left in the depths of his soul. Chen Shang, it's almost the entrance of Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness. Yi Tianshu has stood up, looking serious in one direction. In the direction she was looking, there was a spiral of light, which looked like a vertical whirlpool of white light. The center of the vortex exudes strong golden light, as if a golden ball of light is constantly rotating, and beams of light are constantly being emitted. This is the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness? Chen Shang asked in surprise. It's just the entrance to the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness. Yi Tianshu said, I don't know what I will experience when I enter. It shouldn't be difficult to get inside, right? Chen Shang suddenly became nervous when he saw Yi Tianshu's appearance now like an enemy. He immediately used the messenger talisman to contact the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, and wanted to ask that Tianyuan. However, he did not get a response. They are most likely to have entered the Heavenly Mother's sacred famine. I want to speed up. Yi Tianshu looked around and said, while there is no one else. Chen Shang also understood now that the Heavenly Mother Saint Huang was in a special space. He thought it was floating in the sanctuary of Aoshi universe before. Is it really dangerous? Chen Shang asked, and then secretly told Sister Xiaojing that other things might happen later, so she could act accordingly. It shouldn't be easy to get in. Yi Tianshu also showed 2 white beads in his hand, and said, if the legend is true, Tianmu Shengwang gathered a large number of powerhouses in the universe, then there must be a lot of power inside. Danger. Why don't we go in first? Chen Shang also took out the 6 magic mirrors. Although the 6 gods mirror has become very small now, it was held in the palm of Chen Shang, but it was also discovered by Yi Tianshu. Yi Tianshu just glanced at the mirror in Chen Zhang's palm, and did not ask anything, but said, if there are other accidents at that time and I can't take care of you, then you will take care of yourself. Yes, Chen Shang nodded. At this time, Yi Tianshu's crystal flying fish ship was also approaching the huge spiral entrance. After approaching, I found that this thing was very huge, especially the golden round-shaped light cluster in the middle, like a huge star, and the spiral light fog outside was released by this golden circle. The haze rotates with this thing, forming a large spiral disc, and the spiral arms are getting longer and longer. It was also after approaching that Chen Shang knew why Yi Tianshu was so cautious, because this thing exploded with a very terrifying aura of destruction. The energy radiated, as if it will be instantly destroyed if it touches a little. We are going in, are you ready? Yi Tianshu asked. Okay, let's go in. Chen Shang nodded. At this time, the crystal flying fish ship released a blue glow, turning into a big blue fish, flapping its wings, and speeding up toward the golden star. After Chen Shang also approached, he determined that it should be a strange star, whose appearance was enveloped by a mist of golden energy. After passing through that thick layer of energy mist, there was a dark lacquer inside, followed by a very violent and chaotic space fluctuation. This is a star, turned into a hole, and also a passage. You can enter a place where time and space are very chaotic. Yi Tianshu said solemnly, it is worthy of the legendary Heavenly Mother sacred wilderness. Chen Shang remembered that Yi Tianshu had said before that this Heavenly Mother sacred wilderness used to be a very huge altar, many times larger than the Supreme Altar. I don't know how this Heavenly Mother sacred wilderness was built in the first place, it turned out to be so terrifying. After entering the chaotic passage of time and space power, Chen Shang could feel that he was very stable inside the crystal flying fish ship. Just when he relaxed a little, he suddenly felt very clear energy fluctuations in time and space. He turned his head and looked in the direction where the energy was coming from, and found that a crack appeared on the inner wall of the crystal flying fish ship. Master! Chen Shang immediately exclaimed. Quiet! Yi Tianshu said coldly, then waved out a blue light, injected it into the crack, and repaired it. Chen Shang also quickly breathed a sigh of relief, But a terrible thing happened again, and suddenly many cracks appeared inside the crystal flying fish ship. After that, Yi Tianshu also began to busy repairing various cracks, which were all repaired with her energy. Chen Shang also didn't know what power it was that could repair the equipment so quickly. I don't know what the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King and Tianyuan Master and Apprentice are doing now. Chen Shang suddenly thought of this. If Tianyuan's strength is not enough, he will definitely not be able to pass through this passage smoothly, and he will most likely die on the road. With Yi Tianshu's strength, it would be difficult to make a smooth pass. Yi Tianshu is also in a hurry now, because her crystal flying fish ship is not only cracked, but sometimes suddenly burst into a crack by the turbulence of time and space. It's terrible, Chen Shang said in horror. He thought that he should not have enough strength to pass through this passage. So how did the women of the Heavenly Mother Palace go through? Or did they have other shortcuts to go through? Inside this passage, Chen Shang couldn't feel the speed, he was just secretly calculating the time. Several days passed, and they were still in this passage. But Yi Tianshu has become a lot weaker in the past few days, because she has been consuming but can't get supplements. Finally, a bright light suddenly appeared in the front. Upon closer inspection, it was also a huge spiral vortex of light and fog, and the center seemed to be the exit. Yi Tianshu immediately controlled the crystal flying fish ship to fly over. After the crystal flying fish ship approached, the speed suddenly became very fast, so fast that Chen Shang felt that his body was squeezed. He almost lost consciousness. Boom, there was a loud noise, and Chen Shang felt severe pain all over his body. He couldn't figure out what was going on now, he could only guess that the crystal flying fish ship flew out, and then was exploded by a powerful energy shock. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4494, Super Ant Colony. Chen Shang fell heavily to the ground. Fortunately, the 6 magic mirrors protected him in time, so he didn't suffer more serious injuries. The crystal flying fish ship was broken, and Chen Shang could even feel a burst of fragments impacting just now. If it weren't for the protection of the 6 divine mirrors, those fragments could directly penetrate Chen Zhang's body. Chen Zhang's consciousness recovered quickly, except for physical pain, he was not injured in any aspect. He slowly stood up, looked around, looking for Yi Tianshu. Yi Tianshu is not nearby, but he can sense the movement of fierce fighting in the distance. She should have worked hard just now, so I was thrown far too. Chen Shang immediately realized that after they came in, they were attacked, and the opponent's strength was still very strong. I have a contract with her, so I'd better follow it a little bit. Chen Shang was also very helpless. Of course he wanted to leave and explore the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness by himself, but he was not at ease with Yi Tianshu. Yi Tianshu left a contract in the depths of his soul, which is still very binding on him. Chen Shang worried that after Yi Tianshu was killed, it would affect him, so he also had to take care of Dian Yi Tianshu and don't let her die. He walked in the direction that was very dynamic, holding 6 divine mirrors in his hand, so that Sister Xiaojing always pay attention to the surroundings. At this time, he discovered that the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness was still a bit peculiar. The sun was not visible here, but the sky was very bright. The sky was blue with clouds passing by from time to time. The surrounding plants are also familiar to Chen Shang, but those plants are tougher, and they can't be cut easily without a sharp knife. He stepped on the ground with 2 feet and found that the ground was very strong, even if he played a very powerful force, he couldn't blast a pit. This place is a bit amazing. Chen Shang tried, he can fly, and there is no restriction on flying here. After he became invisible, he immediately hovered into the air, but he found that he could not fly quickly, and the air here caused him a lot of resistance. If he speeds up, he must fly forward against heavy resistance, and after his body rubs against the air, he will produce a very violent energy response. Is it because the energy here is stronger? Chen Shang only found it incredible, and then switched to 6 magic mirrors. However, the 6 mirrors can fly at high speed, but the consumption is not small. There is not much energy stored in the 6 magic mirrors, and in this place, the 6 magic mirrors cannot be replenished, so Chen Shang must save some use. Before Shen Yuanxin was transported from Universe Yuanxin, Chen Shang didn't worry about consumption, but he had to plan carefully now. Chen Shang can only run on the ground, which can save more strength. The trees in the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness are not very big, they are not as big as those on Chalong Island. Chen Shang looked at the surrounding trees, which were all tens of feet high. The big trees on Chalong Island are all hundreds of feet tall. Chen Shang was a little curious, and then used a knife to chop a few times, but he couldn't cut it. Chen Shang was shocked. You know, Chen Zhang's 6 cultivation bases are not low, and the weapon he uses is the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Knife, so he can't cut down a tree. I came to the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness, why did I become a dish? I can't accept this fact. Chen Shang suddenly regretted coming in now, because this space is far beyond the sanctuary, and even far above the gods. Suddenly, there was a sound in front of him, and Chen Shang immediately jumped onto the tree, only to see a black object rushing from the ground. After Chen Shang saw clearly what it was, he took a breath. It turned out to be many giant ants, each as big as a wolf. The big ant Chen Shang has also seen a lot, and he has seen many times larger than this. The reason why he is shocked is that these ants are very strong. The ants have thick and strong hard armor, and Chen Shang thinks that he can't kill an ant with a single blow. The aura exuding from them is very powerful, making Chen Shang feel that he is facing the same opponent. Chen Shang shivered and hid in the tree, suddenly feeling sad, because he found that he might not even be able to beat an ant. This group of ants marched for no reason, and they seemed to be heading in the direction of Yi Tianshu's fierce battle. Chen Shang could only jump on the tree, following the group of ants. I'm so weak that I can't even compare to ants. Chen Shang looked at the group of ants and wanted to make one for research, but he was afraid, worried that he would be besieged by this group of ants. Ghost knew whether there would be more powerful ants hidden in the group of ants. The current Chen Shang is like a monkey, jumping on the tree, underneath are the terrible ants, he dare not run on the ground. Before long, a blue light appeared in front, and many ants surrounded the blue light. Chen Shang looked around and found that the main part of the crystal flying fish ship had fallen into this place. At this time, he sensed a terrible coercion. Then he immediately looked to the rear. There were dozens of elephant-like soldier ants, all exuding silver light, and they also had a pair of big teeth that looked terrifying. On top of this group of soldier ants, lies a slender golden giant ant whose golden abdomen is shining with very dazzling golden light. This is the queen. There seems to be a golden ball of light in the queen's abdomen. It should be something that lays eggs. Chen Shang also stopped and watched this scene from the tree. What are they going to do? Chen Shang was very puzzled. This group of ants carried the queen and ran out, just for the crystal flying fish boat. The crystal flying fish ship really emits a blue glow, and that kind of energy Chen Shang is also familiar, it is the energy of the cosmic divine sea. His 6 divine mirrors absorbed a lot of this energy, and when the supreme altar was opened, a lot of this energy poured in. The Golden Wolf King said that this energy was pure and crazy, but Chen Shang didn't feel any difference. The huge golden ant queen, like a giant crocodile more than 10 meters long, was carried to the side of the crystal flying fish boat. The crystal flying fish boat is not small, even if only the core hull remains, it is much larger than the queen ant. However, after the queen ant passed, she started to bite the crystal flying fish boat, still chewing in her mouth, and the food was crunchy. Chen Shang looked a little surprised. Is this crystal flying fish boat material that the queen ant likes to eat? No, her life is very weak. Chen Shang looked at it with clear eyes, and could vaguely see that the queen's life was about to run out. The life path in the 6 paths of cultivation is the lifespan that allows Chen Shang to see that life is about to run out. This thing can't continue her life. Chen Shang secretly sighed, now he finally knows why this group of ants are so powerful, because the queen lives for so long. It can be said that the queen also has many years of cultivation, so the ants she produces are very strong. While the queen ant was eating, the golden light on her body suddenly dimmed, and the hot golden light on her abdomen gradually dimmed. The ants around could make a deep cry, as if they were screaming. I should be able to help her prolong her life. Chen Shang planned to give it a try. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4495, Escape from Shanghai. Chen Shang has the Law of Life Pearl, this thing can rewrite the law of life. It's just that he can't be sure whether he can succeed. Sister Jing, do you want to give it a try? Chen Shang said, I'm afraid this guy will bite me back then, I can't do this group of things. You can give it a try. Little Mirror said, although this group of ants has not transformed people, it is also spiritual. If you can really help this queen to prolong lifespan, then she should be very clear that only you can maintain it. Her lifespan. That's fine, try it. Chen Shang jumped onto a big tree, and below was the head of the queen ant. He uses the 6 magic mirrors to activate the inner life law beads, and then inject his life force. Life force can be changed, and Chen Shang is only trying to follow his own ideas. There are 6 life souls inside the 6 magic mirrors, and when used with Chen Shang, the effect will be even better. The mirror shot a strong light, shining on the head of the queen. Originally, the queen ant was about to dim, and the lamp was about to run out, but after Chen Shang used the 6 magic mirrors to irradiate it, the light on her body gradually brightened again. At this time, all the ants are looking at Chen Shang. Even the queen ant stared at Chen Shang with a pair of weird eyes, making Chen Zhang's heart a little hairy. What surprised Chen Shang was that after he used the 6 magic mirrors to illuminate, the golden light on the queen's body turned out to be even stronger than before. Chen Zhang's vitality was also consumed 7 or 88, so he immediately stopped. Successful, I can help living beings live. Chen Shang didn't expect that he would actually master this law power. Brother, you will become more and more adept at applying the laws of this universe. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Chen Shang was a little scared, and immediately jumped on the tree to leave. He couldn't bear the ants staring at him. However, after he had just jumped a few times, several smaller ants flapped their wings and flew up, directly surrounding them. Human friends, please stay. This is the voice from the queen, which sounds very old, like the voice of a grandmother. This is the sound transmission of the divine consciousness, and Chen Shang can hear it very clearly, and can also feel the emotion of the other party. Grandma, I should have helped you extend your lifespan just now. You can't avenge your grievances. Chen Shang responded immediately. Brother, if it weren't for your help, I would have run out of oil. The old queen's voice was very excited. I am very grateful to the little brother, so I want to get to know him. Chen Shang thought for a while, and decided to stay and chat with the old queen ant. My name is Chen Shang. Chen Shang said, I don't know what the old grandma is called. You just call me Grandma Ant. Brother Shen, the power you used just now is the power of law. Grandma Ant exclaimed, you are amazing, you can use this power. I don't know what power it is. Anyway, I just tried it casually. I didn't expect it to succeed. Chen Shang smiled and said, Grandma Ant, you should be able to live for many years now. Because of the help of Xiao Shen just now, I can probably live another 500 years. Grandma Ant smiled. 500 years, although it is short for me, I am content. At that time, I will help you to extend your life. Chen Shang said, I have insufficient strength to continue, and I am also in a hurry. Otherwise, I will help you to continue for hundreds of years. Brother Shen, you are really a warm-hearted human. In this place, humans are shouting and screaming at us. I have never met such a kind human like you. Grandma Ant was even more excited. Really, how are the humans here? Are they strong? Can you beat them? Chen Shang also used his heart and eyes, and saw that these ants were all of the gentler kind, so he was relieved to chat. If there are too many of them, of course we can't fight. If the number is small, then there is definitely no problem. Grandma Ant said, but we can't fight against humans, especially our group of ants. If we fight against them, we will killed. By the way, Grandma Ant, am I considered a powerful human being in your eyes? Chen Shang intends to understand what level of his strength is in the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness. How do you say, you come and punch me in the head? Let me judge, said Granny Ant. Chen Shang took a deep breath, and then used his strongest strength to punch Grandma Ant's golden head severely. The power of this punch was not small, and Grandma Ant took a few steps back. However, Chen Shang felt extremely sad, because he could clearly feel that this did not cause any harm to Grandma Ant. For other ants, his punch is not fatal. Brother Shen, you are still too young, and it's okay if you are weak. Grandma Ant seemed to be able to see the emotions hidden in Chen Zhang's eyes, and smiled and comforted, we are all old bones that have lived for many years, you can't move it. It's normal too. Then what is my level compared to the other humans here? Chen Shang said, to be honest, I came to this ghost place from outside. Ah, are you from outside? Are you from Aoshi universe? Grandma Ant asked in surprise, what is going on outside now? I am indeed a person from Aoshi universe. Chen Shang said, the situation outside. I can't say anything. As the universe Shanghai finished? Grandma Ant asked again. No, Chen Shang was a little puzzled, why she would ask such a question. Brother Shen, tell you the truth. With your strength, compared with other humans here, you are very weak. Maybe a child can easily defeat you. Moreover, it is even more dangerous for you to walk in this forest alone. We are all vegetarian ants, so we didn't deal with you, but if other things meet you, that's not necessarily the case. Grandma Ant said. Or, Grandma Ant, can you protect me? I can help you extend your life. Chen Shang took out the 6 magic mirrors and said, I have a space in this thing, enough to hold you. I'm afraid you won't be in it. Habit. How could you not get used to it? There is nothing better than extending your life. Grandma Ant smiled and said, Brother Shen, don't worry, if you encounter danger, we will help you out. Chen Shang immediately made the 6 magic mirrors bigger, and then let this group of ants in. Fortunately, the speed of the ants was very fast, so it didn't take long before they all entered the 6 magic mirrors. Chen Shang continued on his way to Yi Tianshu's side. Grandma Ant, why did you ask me if the universe Shanghai is finished? Chen Shang curiously asked, could it be that the universe Shanghai is going to die? Yes, the universe Divine Sea will be finished in one stage. Grandma Ant said. So at that time, the powerful people of the universe Divine Sea built an altar. I was fortunate to board this altar and escape. The universe *******C. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4496, Xuanmu Ant. When Chen Shang heard the words of Grandma Ant, he suddenly felt a very familiar feeling. He immediately remembered the Heavenly Nightmare Universe, and seemed to use Aoshi Cosmos as a refuge, because the Heavenly Nightmare Universe was about to die. That cosmic divine sea is really awesome in Shen Zhang's eyes. Especially during this period of time, the powerhouses of all parties have been related to the universe Shanghai, and they have also come up with something like the Supreme Altar. However, Grandma Ant is now saying that the universe is going to end. Chen Shang is not on his way now. He stopped and asked the grandmother ant in the 6th Dao Shen mirror, and asked, the universe Shanghai is going to be finished. Then, won't Aoshi universe also be finished with it? I heard that many universes are in the universe. Above the sea of Aa God. The universe God Sea does contain all the universe. However, the Aoshi universe is different. Grandma Ant said, the Aoshi universe is a universe that suddenly appeared. Wait, I don't quite understand. Even if Aoshi universe is a universe that suddenly appeared, it is also in the universe Divine Sea. Chen Shang said, this is equivalent to being in the same boat. The universe Divine Sea is finished, Aoshi universe you should suffer too, right? The relationship between the universe Shanghai and the universes is not what you think. Grandma Ant smiled. Let's put it this way. There is no umbilical cord between the Aoshi universe and the universe Shanghai. The umbilical cord, Chen Shang said in surprise. Between the universe and the universe, there is something like an umbilical cord, which connects the universe with the universe. Grandma Ant said, each universe is equivalent to a fetus. The universe is equivalent to the mother body, so the universe Shanghai is over, and other universes will suffer. So where is Aoshi universe in the divine sea of Aa the universe? Chen Shang asked. I don't know. In short, the powerful people in the universe Shanghai are like this. Because of the special nature of the universe, even if the universe is gone, there will be nothing wrong with the universe, said Grandma Ant. Okay. Chen Shang didn't fully understand it now, only knew that the appearance of Aoshi universe was very accidental. They have been looking for a way to control the Aoshi universe, but they have not found it. Grandma Ant said, in their opinion, the Aoshi universe is still a very low-level universe. They have to control this universe and then become the supreme ruler. They dream. Chen Shang snorted. Yeah, they are too naive. How could such a peculiar universe be dominated by them casually? Grandma Ant said. If this universe falls into their hands, no one will have a good life. Are they all bad? Chen Shang asked. They will fight for benefits. Grandma Ant said. Brother Shen, if you want to hurry, go quickly. There are fierce battles over there. Be careful when you pass by. Yes. Chen Shang continued on his way. He now knew why this Heavenly Mother's sacred desolation existed, but he still had many doubts. For example, why does the Tianmu soul race think this is their only holy land? What else to say? Do not allow men to come in. Grandma Ant thought that Chen Zhang's speed was too slow, and then released a winged flying ant for Chen Shang to ride, flying quickly in the forest, speeding up. It didn't take long before Chen Shang approached the battlefield. As expected, Yi Tianshu was fighting. Chen Shang had thought before whether Yi Tianshu was fighting a powerful beast, but now that she is close to it, she is sure whether she is fighting a human, and the other party is still 2 people. Yi Tianshu had been beaten all over, and when Chen Shang arrived, he almost couldn't recognize her. Her face is covered with blood. One eye was still pierced. And her heart position, there is a big hole in the mouth. She originally had a pair of very long legs, but now she has one missing. The other long legs are also full of blood, and there is no flesh and blood in her calf, only one bone is left. The two people who fought with Yi Tianshu were both burly men. Although they were also injured, they did not look serious. Are you really a guy from Yishanmen? You are too weak. A strong man stopped attacking, and at the moment he grabbed Yi Tianshu's neck. Another strong man took a deep breath and said, "It's a pity. If you obediently followed us, you won't end up like this. You will live happily as a slave girl for us. Ha ha ha. According to Tianzong, if you have a seed, kill me." Yi Tianshu snorted. Even at this point, she is still very staunch. She sneered, "Your cultivation base is much higher than mine, but there is only this level. If my cultivation base is further improved, even without the same cultivation base as yours, it will still be able to destroy you." Chen Shang couldn't see the cultivation bases of Yi Tianshu and the two brawny men, but he thought that since they came to the Aoshi universe, their cultivation bases should also follow the 6 principles of cultivation. "Grandma Aunt, I need your help." Chen Shang hid in the woods, quietly facing the two people with 6 magic mirrors, allowing Grandma Ant to see clearly. Grandma Ant can control the entire ant colony. Other ants in the colony share a part of the soul with Grandma Ant. And the soul of the entire ant colony is equivalent to that of the ant grandma. After seeing the situation clearly, Grandma Ant said, "No problem, with 20 flying ants, you can wash them away. But you can only wash them away. They are all cultivators of the Tianzong, and they are not weak. It's not easy to deal with them." "Okay, I just need to save people," Chen Shang said. Chen Shang rode on a flying ant, and then released more than 20 flying ants from the 6 magic mirrors. The flying ants are like strong bulls and fly very fast. They rushed directly to the two people of Zhaoshanzong. They were both on the ground. When they found the flying ants that suddenly rushed over, they immediately attacked. I have to say that these flying ants are still very strong, and the two brawny men are so frightened that they can't ignore Yi Tianshu and fight with them with all their strength. The brawny man was thrown aside by Yi Tianshu. After all, she was seriously injured and thought she could not escape. But now a flying ant passed by and grabbed Yi Tianshu and took away. "Is it the Xuanmu ant clan? You are so brave, you dared to fight against our Zhaoshanzong. You are waiting to be exterminated." The brawny man shouted angrily. Yi Tianshu was taken and flew next to Chen Shang. After she saw Chen Shang, she was relieved. Because there was a contract, she knew that Chen Shang was not dead and was still nearby. She didn't expect Chen Shang to save her, but she didn't expect Chen Shang to control these ants to save her. "Hurry up." Yi Tianshu also knew that the two strong men were very strong, and it might be too late if they didn't leave. Grandma Ant also wanted to control the flying ants away, but Chen Shang jumped off the flying ants with Yi Tianshu in his arms. "Grandma Ant, I want to release more ants and kill these two guys," Chen Shang said. Isn't this bad?" Grandma Ant was startled and said, "We Xuanmu ant clan never fight against Zhao Tianzong. Nor do you kill." World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4497, Yanshou. "Huh, you haven't killed anyone, really?" Chen Shang remembered when this group of ants marched, but they were aggressive and looked very scary, and they had never killed anyone. "I have never killed anyone, nor have I killed any animals." Grandma Ant said, "We are very mild vegetarian bugs." As they were talking, the 20-odd flying ants had been chopped off by the two strong men of Zhao Tianzong. "Chen Shang, you can't beat them." Yi Tianshu couldn't hear the conversation between Chen Shang and Grandma Ant, but she seemed to be able to tell that Chen Shang wanted to kill the two strong men according to Tianzong. Chen Shang ignored Yi Tianshu, but continued to say to Grandma Ant, "Those more than 20 flying ants have died, should they let them die in vain? We must take revenge. They are not dead, most of them are in my body. I can regenerate them by laying eggs again." Grandma Ant smiled. "Go. Now the man has been rescued, so there is no need to entangle those two guys. My dear Grandma, we must kill those two guys. Otherwise, they will tell the news." Chen Shang was very determined, and said, "You heard it just now, they are going to kill the Xuanmu ants. Indestructible, in this Heavenly Mother sacred desolation, the Xuanmu ant clan is the only one of us. Now they are hiding in your place, they can't find us." Grandma Ant said, "That's even more important to kill them." Chen Shang said, "Grandma Ant, those two guys are not good things. If you can kill them, I will use them to prolong your life. Really, Grandma Ant really didn't want to fight against Zhao Tianzong, but when she heard that she could prolong her lifespan, she was immediately moved. Chen Shang now understands this Blackwood ant tribe thoroughly. In fact, the Queen of Ant Grandma is equivalent to the entire Blackwood ant tribe. As long as she is alive, she can continue to lay eggs and grow the ant tribe. Those ants that died are all dead. Really, Chen Shang said. In fact, this was what he thought of suddenly, but it didn't matter if he couldn't succeed. After all, he himself had a way to help Granny Ant increase her lifespan. Okay, then I'll do it. Grandma Ant secretly calculated the benefits, and felt that the benefits were greater, so she decided to do it. In fact, she was worried that she would be targeted by Zhao Tianzong. After all, it was a huge force, and offending Zhao Tianzong would not end well. But in order to increase her lifespan and live longer, Grandma Ant doesn't care about that much. Chen Shang magnified the 6 ways of the mirror a lot. The 2 brawny men could also fly. They followed behind and were about to attack the 6 sacred mirrors that became larger when they were floating, but suddenly they saw a lot of black things falling off the mirror. Take a closer look, there are hundreds of flying ants and hundreds of large soldier ants. The flying ants rushed at the 2 brawny men desperately. Even if the 2 strong men were very strong, they couldn't stand the flying ants killing them like they did. Chen Shang was shocked when he saw it. When the flying ants rushed past, their bodies exploded directly, and there was no violent explosion, but a dark green liquid would explode from their bodies. This kind of liquid seems to be very corrosive, and when it falls on the 2 strong men, it can directly corrode the various energies released by them. Before the 2 strong men had time to attack, they were thrown to the ground, and then the group of soldier ants also carried out various crazy bites and attacked the 2 strong men. The 2 strong men who landed were also struggling violently and killed many giant soldier ants. So that Grandma Ant had to continue to release more soldiers to sting the 2 strong men. The whole process lasted for about half an hour before the bodies of the 2 brawny men lost the power to resist, because they were already in dilapidated condition. They were worse than Yi Tianshu now. Yi Tianshu was also watching, shocked in his heart. Chen Shang actually killed the 2 strong men of Zhao Tianzong. Brother Shen, I have suffered a huge loss this time. Those soldier ants and flying ants need a lot of energy to breed them. Grandma Ant was also very distressed. Don't worry, these 2 guys can prolong your life for at least 1,000 years. Chen Shang said. 1,000 years, that's great. The voice from Grandma Ant was full of joy. Chen Shang also walked over cautiously now. Be careful, Yi Tianshu reminded in a low voice. She was always vigilant when she was carried on her back by Chen Shang. Suddenly, the bodies of the 2 burly men flew out of 2 black air ***** respectively. It's their soul, Yi Tianshu immediately shouted. They want to run. Chen Shang didn't dare to use the 6 magic mirrors to catch it, because the 2 brawny men were both Zhaoshanzong from the Sea of Aa Cosmos. Yi Tianshu also came from the Cosmic Divine Sea. Her soul can easily enter Chen Zhang's double soul sea, and she can also seize the 6 divine mirrors. Master Sister, you help me catch their souls. I'm afraid of them, Chen Shang said quickly. Can you do it now? Yi Tianshu's blue eyes shot out 2 blue rays, tracking the 2 black air masses, and quickly caught them. She originally had 1 eye pierced, but now she has recovered, which shows that her resilience is extremely amazing. The 2 black air masses now seem to be ***** by blue silk threads, and then dragged over. Chen Shang was secretly surprised. Although Yi Tianshu's body was smashed, her soul was still so powerful. I erased their consciousness, Yi Tianshu said. Do you want these souls to be useful? Yes, great use. Chen Shang confirmed that Yi Tianshu had indeed erased his consciousness, and then he sealed it in a special soul orb. Yi Tianshu's soul is indeed very powerful, which makes Chen Shang even more yearning, and hopes that she can become her own tool person, who will be captured by herself. Yi Tianshu didn't ask Chen Shang anymore, she just wanted to rest now. Chen Shang went over and touched the 2 corpses covered in formic acid, but didn't touch anything. He suspects that the things of these people are all stored in the astral space. Then he also helped the ants collect their bodies by the way, because the hard armor on their bodies was very strong and could be made into very good armors, so he gave those armors to the ape demon dragon. Hurry up and stay away from here, Yi Tianshu said. Their reinforcements should be here soon. Chen Shang asked Grandma Ant to release a big flying ant, then sat on it with Yi Tianshu in his arms, and quickly flew away from here. Master, your soul is much stronger than them, but why are you injured like this? Chen Shang asked. You have a large part of your power in the universe and the sea. Can you take it back later? The universe divine sea is gone, completely gone. Yi Tianshu was very weak at this time and sighed softly. My strong body is in the universe divine sea. My current body is condensed through the soul. I need it. Long enough time and energy can have a strong enough body. However, even so, her current strength is still not something Chen Shang can shake. So Chen Shang also dispelled the idea of developing her into a tool person. The universe divine sea is completely gone. What does this mean? Although Chen Shang had already learned from Grandma Ant that the universe Shanghai would perish, Grandma Ant didn't know the specific reason. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4498, Super High Repair. As soon as Yi Tianshu came to this place, she knew that the universe Shanghai was finished, and she must have known more specific details. For unknown reasons, the cosmic sea of gods suddenly experienced great turbulence. Many universes were destroyed because of this. And the various creatures floating in the cosmic sea of gods may also be affected and still survive. They are all strong enough, Yi Tianshu said. I don't know why. Then it's over. Chen Shang was really curious about the fact that such a huge universe, Shanghai, gave birth to countless universes. For some reason, it was finished. Maybe, it's not that the universe Shanghai is dead. It's just that something happened in the universe Shanghai. But because those universes and creatures are too fragile, they died as a result. And the universe Shanghai itself, after a while, it will still be quiet. That cosmic divine sea. No matter what creatures are, they are really insignificant. Yi Tianshu said with emotion. We are obviously very powerful, and we can even dominate a universe, but in the end it is still so fragile. Chen Shang also fell into deep thought. He used to be a very weak person. At that time, human beings would die a lot in the face of any natural disaster. However, as his strength became stronger and stronger, some terrible natural disasters could be avoided, and he could even resist the thunder. And he also found that no matter how he broke the limit, no matter how strong he became, facing the entire vast natural avenue, creatures always seemed so fragile. For example, now, the cosmic divine sea may only fluctuate slightly, and all the universes in the cosmic divine sea are directly shattered by the shock, and the living beings are directly destroyed. In every universe, there are all kinds of creatures who absorb energy and become extremely powerful, but the final fate is in ashes. Aoshi universe has not been affected. Because Aoshi universe is not in the system of the universe Shanghai. Yi Tianshu continued. This is also the reason why Tianmu Shengwang appeared here. It seems that those ancient groups the strong have long anticipated the ending of the universe, and they are still considered the birth of Aoshi universe. Then do they want to control the Aoshi universe? Chen Shang curled his lips and said, this universe is so special, I hope they don't mess around, or they will die a long time. I don't know them. In short, they have been hiding here and haven't gone out much. There should be other reasons why they can't go out. Yi Tianshu said, there is also Yishan Gate here. I want to find Yishan Gate quickly. Chen Shang remembered that Tianyuan said that Yi Tianshu is the only one of the Yishan clan in the universe Shanghai. If there is Yishan Gate here, maybe there are still a large number of Yishan clan, even the evil Chaos Gate. Chen Shang also had many plans. For example, he wants to figure out what the situation is in this Heavenly Mother Saint wilderness, and whether it will threaten Aoshi universe. Then it was to find the group of women in Tianmu Holy Palace. Xiao Shonglin and the others should have led the entire 100 Flowers world to the sanctuary, and followed the Tianmu Holy Palace to the Tianmu Holy Wilderness. Then, it is very likely that Zillion will be here and lead the Holy Palace of Heavenly Mother. Chen Shang, what's the matter with the Xuanmu Ant clan? Yi Tianshu asked. Why do you get to know the Xuanmu Ant clan as soon as you come here? I met by chance. Chen Shang smiled. I like to deal with insects and beasts. By the way, you have also heard of the Xuanmu Ant clan. Of course I have heard of it. This is a very old and famous Zerg. Yi Tianshu nodded and said, sure enough, it is as powerful as the legend. Really? Chen Shang slapped haha, he didn't elaborate on Grandma Ant. Yi Tianshu knew that Chen Shang had concealed something, but she did not intend to continue to ask. After all, Chen Shang saved her. Master sister, if you die, will I be finished? Chen Shang asked seriously. The reason why you came to rescue me is because I am afraid that it will affect you if I die. Yi Tianshu stared at Chen Shang. She and Shen Shang are sitting on the back of a big flying ant. She is facing Chen Shang. Although her body has been seriously injured, her eyes are still very penetrating, with a strange charm, seeing Chen Shang in a daze. Of course I am not afraid that you are dead. In this place, without you, I might not be able to survive. Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled. I am an alchemist, very bad at fighting. In fact, I just hope to get it. Mystera's protection. Yi Tianshu closed his eyes, his tone suddenly became cold, and with a touch of power, he said, I'm dead, you won't die. Really? Chen Shang asked. Then, will I be affected? No, said Yi Tianshu. The contract I gave you just doesn't allow you to betray me. It's very loose. If you can't save me, it's your freedom. Master Sister, do you tell me this, are you not afraid that I won't save you in the future? Chen Shang was just staring at her and found that she was not lying. Didn't you just say that you were sincere in saving me? Yi Tianshu said, we still have to be careful during this period. I must recover from the injury as soon as possible, and then go to the Yishan gate. While Yi Tianshu was talking, a blue crystal appeared on his forehead, and then all the energy around her converged towards her crystal. Chen Shang had been holding the six-way magic mirror, and at this time, Sister Xiaojing whispered, Brother, I perceive her 6 ways of cultivation. Sister Jing, how is her cultivation level? Tell me, Chen Shang quickly asked Sister Xiaojing. It's terrible, she only has Soul Dao and Fu Dao, both at the 120th order. Little Jing said. She can enter your double soul C purely because her soul Fu cultivation base far exceeds yours. Quote. Chen Shang was also deeply shocked. Both of his soul verses were only 40. No wonder his soul was so easily infiltrated by Yi Tianshu. It wasn't that Yi Tianshu mastered any technique, it was purely because her cultivation base was too high. At this time, it was also because Yi Tianshu all relaxed to heal his injuries, so Sister Xiaojing could see it. Brother, in fact, 120 soul Fu Dao is not unattainable for you. Sister Xiaojing said, your 6 Dao cultivation bases are all dozens. And she just cultivates soul Fu Dao. It's just a double path. Yes, it didn't take long for me to cultivate until 40. Chen Shang smiled. Moreover, in the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness, I might be able to break through and improve faster, and the energy here is also very special. Brother, you have to surpass her, it's just around the corner. Sister Xiaojing smiled. You saved her this time, at least you have a much higher status in her heart, and you won't be killed by her. Chen Shang also took advantage of the present to study the souls of the 2 strong men in Zhao Tianzong, and he planned to transfer the remaining lifespan of the 2 strong men's souls to Grandma Ant. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4499, Yi Tianzhong. Although Grandma Ant did not urge Chen Shang to help her extend her life, she was also very much looking forward to it. Grandma Ant, what is the main reason why your lifespan is exhausted? Is it the soul? Chen Shang asked the queen in the 6 mirrors. Yes, although my soul has been alive for many years, it is very strong. It is that lifespan is very weird. When the lifespan is exhausted, no matter how strong the soul is, there is no alternative. Grandma Ant said. My body is very strong. My body has been changed several times, and it was created with the power of the soul. Chen Shang knew a long time ago that after the soul of cultivation reaches a certain level, the body will no longer be the carrier of the soul. To reach that state, the strength of the body is related to the soul. This is true for Grandma Ant and Yi Tianshu. Brother Shen, you just need to help me prolong my life. You did a great job before and helped me prolong my life for 500 years. Grandma Ant said cheerfully, I am quite afraid of death. Although I have lived for many years, I really miss the feeling of being alive. Grandma Ant, wait patiently. I'll study and see how to extract the lifespan of those guys. Chen Shang laughed and said, they also cultivate souls, and they should be able to extract their lifespan. Brother Shen, you are really amazing, how did you master this method? This should involve the power of the law, right? Grandma Ant asked curiously. I mastered it by accident. Chen Shang made a ha-ha, and went over it in a perfunctory manner. He stared at the soul of a strong man now, and then through the 6 magic mirrors, he went to see the 6 cultivation bases of this soul. Logically speaking, these people's cultivation bases are all retained in their souls, so even if their bodies are destroyed, they only lose their bodies in a short time to release stronger power, and their cultivation bases are still deep in the souls. Sister Xiaojing took a look and was shocked again. Brother, the cultivation bases of these two guys are not low. But they mainly practice Soul Dao, and their Soul Dao cultivation base is 150. Sister Xiaojing said in surprise. These guys' 6 cultivation bases are really real. High. Only practice the Soul Dao. Even though the cultivation level is very high, it will be very weak. Chen Shang looked at Yi Tianshu, who was resting next to her with her eyes closed. She was practicing the Soul Fu Dao, both of which were 102. 10th order. If singled out, she should be able to beat a strong man. But being besieged by them, it would be invincible. Plus when she came here with Chen Shang, she had already been attacked. Chen Zhang's next step was to explore deeply and enter the deepest part of the soul. What surprised him was that this soul also had a double soul sea. It's just that the internal space is very narrow, equivalent to the size of a room. You know, Chen Zhang's double soul sea is really like a sea, endless. It was also at this time that Chen Shang realized that his double soul sea was so vast, it was no wonder that Yi Tianshu would be eyeing it. He also looked at the depths of the soul of the other strong man, and the double soul sea was also very small. After Chen Shang entered the depths of the soul, he did not find the place where Shouyuan was. The inside of the soul was very vast, and it needed to be peeled off layer by layer. Brother, Shouyuan should be closely related to Fate Dao. Sister Xiaojing said. Although that guy does not have a life path cultivation base, he also has a life path. In the creatures of Aoshi universe, there should be 6 souls inside the soul. Basically. Then I need to find the foundation of his life path. Chen Shang thought for a while, opened his mind and eyes, and then matched his life path. It didn't take long for him to perceive very faint fluctuations. That guy's foundation of life path seems to be very hungry for life force. Chen Shang laughed and said, I should be able to find it soon. Sure enough, he quickly found the foundation of the strong man's life, like a small flower bed. If there is a kind of fate, he can start cultivating fate. Little Jing said, it seems that they don't know much about the 6 principles of cultivation. They should all be from the bottom of Tianzong, so they definitely won't be able to get this inheritance in the first time. As Chen Shang said, he rummaged inside the foundation of the life path. It didn't take long before he found a bunch of things, he guessed it should be Shouyuan. He immediately withdrew his spiritual consciousness from the soul, and brought out the group of Shouyuan by the way. The strange thing is that after he brought Shouyuan out, he found that he was weakened a lot. It may be that Shouyuan has left the soul and will become much weaker. Chen Shang guessed in his heart, and then sent it into the 6 magic mirror, and transferred it directly to Grandma Ant. This should be Shouyuan, you try to get into your own soul. Chen Shang said, there is a certain risk. If there is something wrong, you have to tell me immediately. Grandma Ant went on excitedly, and then went to the depths of her soul. Successful, Grandma Ant said in surprise, I have increased my life for another 1,000 years. Great. There is one more life dollar, I'll go get it. Chen Shang laughed. If it has an effect, it will be good. If it doesn't work, I can only use the old method to help you extend your life. Chen Shang became very adept this time, and soon took out a Shouyuan, and then gave it to Grandma Ant. If conditions permit, Chen Shang will practice the 2 Shouyuan to see if he can make a pill. If he eats it like this, the effect may be better. What made Chen Shang depressed was that after he took out the Shouyuan, the souls of the 2 brawny men were gradually dimming, and he could only immediately join hands with Sister Xiaojing to swallow the 2 souls. Their Soul Dao cultivation base is obviously very high, but after being swallowed, my cultivation base didn't rise much. Chen Shang was a little depressed, his Soul Dao cultivation base did not move a little bit. Brother, it may be that your 6 levels of cultivation are more difficult to improve. Sister Xiaojing said, or, the law has changed and you can't swallow the cultivation of others. But I did swallow it. Chen Shang carefully sensed it, and then cursed in a low voice. It's so strange, I swallowed that guy's soul energy, and it was lost. I guess that the energy formed by their souls is quite special. Can't be swallowed, after all, they are from the universe of gods, said Sister Xiaojing. Well, the way to improve the cultivation base by devouring their souls won't work. Chen Shang looked at the rested Yi Tianshu. If you want to improve your cultivation level quickly, you can only ask Yi Tianshu for help. Yi Tianmen is over there. Yi Tianshu suddenly opened his eyes and pointed in a direction. Are you sure? Chen Shang asked. There is a big bell in Yishanmen. It is made from souls. When this bell rang, we can perceive the fluctuations of the soul. Yi Tianshu said. Our Yishan clock in Yishanmen is lost. After many years, it turned out to be brought here by the ancestors. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4500, Holy Famine. Yi Tianzhong. After Chen Shang heard this, he was suddenly very interested. After all, that was the treasure of Yishanmen. Of course, he was only interested, not what he wanted. Okay, let's fly over. Chen Shang can now control this flying ant. He only needs to put his hand on the flying ant's head, and the flying ant will fly with his mind. The speed of the blackwood flying ant is very fast. Originally, it will encounter strong resistance when flying fast, but the blackwood flying ant itself has a special method to deal with the flying resistance, so even when flying fast, Chen Shang and Yi Tianshu also will not feel the discomfort caused by resistance. Yi Tianshu knew that Chen Shang was quite capable, but he didn't expect that when he came to a place like Tianmu Shengwang, Chen Shang would still be so open. You know, Yi Tianshu was originally from the universe Shanhai, and she should know more about this place than Chen Shang. However, now Chen Shang was here like a fish in water, and it didn't take long before he mastered a very convenient and fast way of moving. You know, even people with cultivation bases like Yi Tianshu and the others, flying in this environment would be very expensive. Flying ants focus on flying, so they are not particularly strong in other aspects, but they can provide the Xuanmu ants with a very good and wide range of reconnaissance. Master Sister, if you find that Yishan Gate, how would you say they would treat you? Chen Shang suddenly became a little worried, and said, after all, they don't know you, and you should be very alienated from them. They were the Yishanmen from many years ago. Heavenly Gate, and you are now. As long as I have the blood of Yishan in my body, they will not reject me. Yi Tianshu said. Among Yishanmen, the blood of Yishan is very important. How much do you pay attention to? If you really pay attention, why is there only one Yishan bloodline left at the Yishan Gate? And it has taken you down. Chen Shang pouted. That was the post-Yishanmen era. In fact, I used to think it was very strange, why there are fewer and fewer people with Yishan bloodline. Now I know it, because most of them have come to this place. Yi Tianshu said. Then what about you? Aren't you left in the cosmic divine sea? Chen Shang was still more worried about the Yishanmen of Tianmu Shengwang. I awakened Yishan's bloodline the day after tomorrow. Yi Tianshu said, I am a rare one. I'm worried that Yishanmen here will not recognize you, and will even harm you. Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled. That's why I asked a few more questions. Master Sister, don't be offended. Your worries are understandable. If you also have Yishan's blood, you won't have such worries. Yi Tianshu looked in the direction where he was flying. Because we are very united, I heard Yishan just now. When the bell rings, I feel a call for mission. I have never been so excited. Okay, Chen Shang nodded. Don't worry, they won't harm you. Yi Tianshu knew what Chen Shang was worried about. Chen Shang took out the 6 sacred mirrors, and then secretly passed through the 6 sacred mirrors to try to inspire those messengers and try to contact the people who entered here. He thinks this is very likely to succeed, because after entering the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness, everyone is in the same space, and the space law here follows the Aoshi universe. Chen Shang had the space element bead in his hands, and that space element bead was integrated into the 6 life souls of Little Mirror Sister, which was equivalent to a preliminary grasp of the space law of Aoshi universe. Sure enough, it didn't take long before Chen Shang contacted an acquaintance, the Palace Master Tianmu. Chen Shang sent a message to multiple talismans, but after a period of time, only the Heavenly Mother Palace Lord responded. Bai Junjun, Shen Junyi, Long Shuiyi, and Zuying had all gone to the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace before, and they all had a talisman to contact Chen Shang, but Chen Shang could not contact them. Shen Gongzi, are you also in the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness? How did you get in? The Heavenly Mother Palace Master was extremely shocked. The Lady of 100 Flowers World, are you with you? Chen Shang asked hurriedly. Yes or not? The Heavenly Mother Palace Lord also immediately answered Chen Zhang's question. They have left the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace for a while, and I don't know what they are going to do. At that time, it was mainly Lu Menger and Xiao Shanlin who decided to leave. Quote. What happened later? Chen Shang asked. Later we met again, and then we entered the Heavenly Mother Sacred Desolate together. Said the Heavenly Mother Palace Master. Now they are not with our Heavenly Mother Sacred Palace. After they entered the Heavenly Mother's sacred desolate, they seemed to be entrusted in some way, and there was also clear goal, and then say goodbye to us. Did they not say where to go? Chen Shang asked. By the way, didn't they promise you that they would help your Heavenly Mother soul race to find some Heavenly Mother fate soul? Yes, Munger said, they knew where the Heavenly Mother's soul is, and then they went to find it. Anyway, I can't contact them. The Heavenly Mother Palace Lord said. Our Heavenly Mother Holy Palace, at this time in the Holy Land of our Heavenly Mother soul race in. Chen Shang secretly guessed that the women of Hundred Flowers world might have accepted the guidance of the Aoshi Daming soul. Aoshi Daming soul did a lot of things secretly, such as letting Huang Jintian run with Aoshi Temple, so that the women of Hundred Flowers world could help. There should be only Aoshi Daming soul. Sister Palace Master, do you know about Yishinmen? Shen Shang asked. Master Shen, how long have you been here? How did you know about Yishinmen? Palace Master Tianmu asked curiously. I heard by accident. Chen Shang didn't say anything about Yi Tianshu. Yishinmen is very powerful, we don't dare to provoke it easily. Fortunately, they don't cause trouble everywhere. On the contrary, the Zhaoshanzong is very bad. Tianmu Palace Master said. In addition to the Zhaoshanzong, there are 6 souls of the Fate Soul Palace, it's also very annoying. The 6th Soul Palace is here too. Chen Shang asked, are there other forces here? The 6th Soul Palace seems to have entered very early. In addition to the 6th Soul Palace, there is also the Fate Soul Palace. They also entered very early, much earlier than us. Said the Heavenly Mother Palace Master. Here, the Fate Soul Palace and the 6th Soul Palace. On the surface of the Soul Palace, the relationship is good, but secretly it is intriguing. How is the strength of the 6th Soul Palace and the Life Soul Palace? Chen Shang was surprised, how could these two forces come in so early? They are all strong, do not lose to Zhao Tianzong and Yishinmen. Palace Master Tianmu sighed softly, when I learned about this, it was hard to believe it was true. It seems that the 6th clan of Life and Soul was here for a long time. Laid out. Other than that, is there any other power? What level is your Heavenly Mother soul race? Chen Shang wanted to know if Zillion had come in. We are just normal. Anyway, we are not afraid of their bullying. Because there is a Supreme 9 Palace behind us. The Lord of the Heavenly Mother Palace exclaimed. After entering the holy desolation of Heavenly Mother, I only know a lot of things. The Supreme 9 Palaces turned out to support the Heavenly Mother soul race. This surprised Chen Shang.